Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another comic book corner. It has been a while. And stuff. How's it going, Prime?
Guten Tag, mein dudes. Konnichiwa, bitches.
Yeah, we had an impromptu sort of comic book corner when we were talking about Batwoman during Morphin Metacast, and I was like, damn, we really gotta
I
talk
got a,
about this shit.
I got a lot of feedback about this shit. Motherfuckers found that shit hilarious.
Oh, it was, man, because it was like, and the funny thing is, it was nestled in between the transition from like tokusatsu news, and then it was like we were talking about Batwoman, and then boom, we went to Gokaiger. I was like, wow, how the hell did we transition into that?
One of my boys said we are the fucking Segway kings. We just go off on we be gone, boy. We just be going.
That's what happens, man. I mean, hey, look. First off, we have to pay homage to Mrs. Prime and her artwork at Target. I was telling Prime, so you big time now. You rich.
Oh yeah. Oh well, shit. I fucking wish. Yeah, she got one of her art pieces. Is being sold online and in stores at Target. Big time.
Not Walmart, Target. You have to
Target. With the pink up.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that. And I mean, most people might scoff at that. I'm like, no, Target ain't just getting anybody's artwork for that shit. I feel they're very particular about who they get here.
But yeah, though I feel pretty interested. Like, oh, so that's where that artwork comes from. Okay, they just grab random ass artists. Okay, cool. So if you want to buy the art, which you should support black artists. The link is on my Twitter. I should probably make it a sticky, but it's on there.
So Prime is Doctor Who extraordinaire and the husband of an artist. This is great stuff. This is great stuff.
Multifaceted man.
Yeah, speaking of multifaceted, I've come around. Prime has been saying something that I've let go for a while because I know the properties are their properties and stuff. I kind of feel you on this, Prime, on the aspect of why I like the idea. And this is big spoilers. Immortus popped up at the end of Loki, and if you know who Immortus is, he is one of many. What should I say?
Let's use their terms. Use variant.
Variants. Yeah, variants of King the Conqueror and stuff. And everybody was very excited and stuff. It's the one time everybody actually has their MCU theories nailed.
Bro, I was on YouTube, right? And the same motherfuckers who every video was like, oh, it's Mephisto or Armin Zola is gonna be in fact, or Wolverine is gonna pop up in. They proven wrong time.
Technically, they're wrong in this instance. They're wrong again.
And time again, they're proven wrong. And so the one bone they get thrown, they're like, we got a prediction right. Like, bro, how many times have y'all thrown baskets? How many times y'all thrown bricks? Like, what the fuck? The fuck are you talking about?
You have Shaq.
And then
you like Shaq free throw percentage at this stage.
You know what? You motherfucking right, because technically you are not correct. Because matter of fact, it's not even Immortus. It's He Who Remains. That's technically not even fucking Immortus.
It's a comic book term too. So technically, it's like you're even double wrong because it's like, yeah, it's not Kang, it's not Immortus. So I'm wrong technically.
It's like a version of Nathaniel Richards. That's all we fucking know.
Yeah, Nathaniel Richards. But hey, I like how I love the joke of the TVA being a black-owned business. That was funny to me. I laughed.
I mean, I'm here for the memes.
I'm here for the meme, for the jokes. But I'm with you, Prime, on the fact that with this. And like I said, the MCU is another universe. We won't get those interactions with the characters like we want. Like you remember years ago during Phase 1 when it was rumored that Eva Longoria was supposed to be Wasp, right? I don't know if you remember that.
I fucking wish.
So I remember when that happened, I was sitting back and I was like, so they're kind of fusing Ultimates in the original. Okay,
so I mean, that's what the MCU's been doing from day one anyway.
It's Ultimate. So I was like, oh, so you're kind of going original. So we're getting Wasp, who's going to be Ant-Man, and nothing came of that. And then it turned out that Eva pretty much it didn't happen because I guess what's his face, Scott Pilgrim dude,
Edgar Wright.
Yeah, Edgar Wright. I guess they, the whole thing. That's what happens in studios and stuff. Ideas don't never really work out, and people kind of walk away from scenarios and stuff.
Thinking about it, I'm like, it didn't hit me until much later. Like, I'm in my feelings about this now that I thought about it. It's like, we had a movie. Well, first of all, I really wish the MCU could have been built on the back of the founding comic book members. Like, we were halfway there. You just needed two more folk.
But, Iron Man, we had Thor, we had Cap.
Just need an Ant-Man and Wasp. I really wish that could have all been phase 1 was the founding members, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what
but
it is.
It really bothers me that we had a movie where the founding comic book members were all in a movie together,
Couldn't get
all in the same battle together. They got
page.
no interaction. They didn't talk to each other. We didn't even get a fucking cover homage. Like
and they've done cover homages too. That's the crazy part about it. We've seen.
I'm pressing the ass about this. Like that kind of irks me. Just a little bit. It's a little bit right there.
It's the nitpicking irk that like it doesn't bother me, but like I remember you said that I was thinking on it. I was like, okay, I understand that because it is kind of like you have all these characters together, and it's like fuck.
I mean, even fucking X-Men Evolution, the cartoon, when they had a moment when they realized, oh shit, we got all the founding members in the episode. Let's make a comment.
Even though like 3 of them were older, but it was like fuck it, put them together.
Fuck it, do it. Put them together. They do it. They did it, and they made a note about it. It was like, what was it? Iceman was like, oh, this is the best team. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Ice? Oh, I see what you're doing there. I see you, Iceman.
Yeah, I mean, look, even the X-Men movies kind of sort of did it a couple times and stuff. I mean, with X-Men First Class, at least.
Shit, something like
they tried it.
Didn't even acknowledge it, like not even a fuck, nothing. Oh, but I keep remembering this is the same movie where the director said we didn't want too much fan service in our fan service fight.
But you put fan service in it, and I say this as somebody that loved the fan service. I'm like, hey guys, you've been better. It's like.
That's why they they put fan service in it, but they said they didn't want to put too much. This is the last time we were going to see half of these characters together.
Just throw it all in there. Fuck it.
Just the kitchen sink. Just do all that shit because like we're not going to see them ever again. Like what the fuck?
I mean, it's like look. At this point, who you fooling? We already know it's egregious. Fuck it, throw it in there. I would have been happy.
Motherfucker, I am not in a fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe movie for highbrow cinema. I am not here for fucking.
You told us this in phase 1. You are not here for high art. You're here
I know what I paid for my ticket for. I know what it is, what I want going in. Give me my schlock, goddammit.
I pulled in the Ant-Man not to be a thinking man's movie. I came here for the shenanigans and I got it. All right.
What's what I'm saying? I came here for the tomfoolery, the chicanery, the bright lights and flashes. Like I know what I'm getting. I know that's what I'm paying for. Like don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit me.
Disney knew what was up. Wish they do that for Star Wars sometimes.
I wish they would do that for fucking. Oh my god.
Got left and only do your job for you, but whatever.
I know. So dude, I just reread fucking Shadows of the Empire, right?
Don't do this. Don't do this. I know where this is going.
so I just read Shadows of the Empire, and I was like, okay, so you were there. We're both around the same. We remember the hype for this.
I was there. I was there for the games, and then I read the book. I was there.
Yeah, I read the books and I haven't read the comic book in years. I'm like, I just recently read.
I read the like I played the 64 game, and then I read the comic and stuff, and then I read the book later on.
I got the game queued up on Steam. As soon as I get a moment of free time, I'm gonna play that shit.
You only need like about 3 hours of time. You'll be good.
I know, just a little bit. So I read Shadows of the Empire, and it's blowing my fucking mind to like see Luke Skywalker be Luke Skywalker, and and just thinking about like the shit they cherry picked from this novel to use like the fucking Black Sun Syndicate and Shizor's race was in was it the last season of the Clone Wars?
Yeah, Clone Wars, and a little bit in I think the Bad Batch. They mentioned like a hot second.
I think they mentioned the Black Sun and Bad Batch, and I'm just like. So when are they gonna cherry pick Dash and when are they gonna cherry pick Shizor? Now I know Shizor might be problematic in 2021.
Dash might be in that Obi-Wan series. Bet on it.
You know what? I tell you what. I give you 2-1 Mara Jade over Dash, but they're like neck and neck. Like I feel like Mara Jade has a better chance of being in Obi-Wan.
He ain't lying novels over movies. He ain't lying, and that was them like really like. I think that was George Lucas saying, "Yeah, guys, you want to write whatever? I don't care. Go for it. Fuck it."
But so like, I don't know. So like, this I really wish and it's not a bad, but hold on. So like, I know I'm coming from 2021 mindset. I have like years of Star Wars under me now.
I'm in the same boat. Maybe not as much as you, but I'm in the same boat where I was like, I read some of the novels. I know what's up.
I know, yes, I read it out. So I'm just like, I know what they're going to do. I know what they might try to do.
Mara Jade might pop up in one of these.
That's what I'm saying. She is going to pop up in Obi-Wan. I think I get more odds that Mara Jade is going to be in Obi-Wan before anybody else.
Probably. Probably.
She's probably gonna be either Vader's like assistant or some shit, or she's gonna be a fucking assassin.
Dash might be in that fucking Boba Fett show.
Bruh, I think you might be on something there.
I didn't think about it till you just now mentioned. I was like, Dash might be in the
And you know what? I think she's or might be in the Obi-Wan show because the fucking Solo movie and the fucking Mandalorian, like you got to deal with the crime syndicate that's running around. So like they can do a loose adaptation. Now I know they're doing like not a loose adaptation, not a reboot. What was it? What's what I'm looking for? A reimagining of Shadows of the Empire now.
Reimagining.
Was it War of the Bounty Hunters?
Yeah, it's War of the Bounty Hunters.
It's
Hey, you get to see your favorite bounty hunters.
I mean, they're all in the same place. My thing is Cat. Is Cat there? Is Cat there? No, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Oh, Cat's been badass in fucking the Bad Batch. I was like, oh shit,
man,
he's back.
Showed up. Him and Minot showed up just regulating.
Clone Troopers was like, who the fuck is this guy? And I think was it Rex was
ask stupid questions, win stupid prizes.
Rex was the only one that was like, yeah, that's Cad, man. He fucked us up a couple times during the Clone Wars. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm done.
You fucking Rex hears some Stetsons and has like fucking Nam flashback.
I'm sorry, the meme of every time somebody talks about Vietnam flashbacks, you see the helicopters. Hold on, what was the one you put up recently? Oh no, which one was that one for?
Was it the one with Gohan when it's like we're gonna talk about sales?
The helicopters took me out.
and then it was the fucking the picture from when right before Gohan went Super Saiyan 2. So that shit just extra fucking funny. just extra fucking hilarious. Oh my god,
man, dude, that oh man. But anyways, but I was thinking about that and I was like, yeah, look, I'm liking that DC and Marvel, they're starting to embrace the multi stuff. I'm hoping DC really leans into shenanigans because I gotta be honest with you, between DC and Marvel, that's their bread and that's DC's bread and butter right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's one of the things DC is known for. Is like legacy in the fucking multiverse. So like
3 things in life: death, taxes, and multiverse. DC. That's it. I mean, come on.
Basically. And so like I said, last year when they did that DC fandom and they're like, we're going to embrace the multiverse and, Crisis on Infinite Earth, that was the opening shot. We're going to be more inclusive, no more embargoes. Motherfucker, I am waiting.
Thank you. I need it.
I mean, we got a little bit of it, I guess, in Superman and Lois, which, can we talk about that for a quick second?
John Henry Arns, the hammer, the suit.
So I'm an episode or 2 behind, but...
So 10. Yeah, you're episode 10. All right.
So I have to eat not a lot of crow, but a little bit of crow because it is still the CW. Like I didn't have any faith at all in this show. I think it's been well documented. But
Prime, you have to hold that thought for the 2nd season.
That is true. I can still be justified in my opinion.
You know how the CWOs they get you by the balls, and then the next 2 seasons like. Oh no!
No!
Actually, for Arrow, it was season 3 where it's like, oh no!
Flash, dude, Flash, like the middle of season 2, I was like,
I was with it. And then like season 3 with Savitar, I was like, oh god, no.
Supergirl immediately after season 1, like since
it was mid season 3 for me.
5 minutes into season 2, episode 1, I was like, oh, what have they done? What happened?
I mean, was it slightly better than CBS? Sure, but it was the middle. It was the middle of season 3 for Supergirl for me, and I was like, but then they got Carl Lumbly, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll stick around for Carl Lumbly, and then it's just like, oh.
And what really bothers me about Supergirl is constantly like the show. It hates women, it hates men.
I was told it doesn't hate women though.
That show, what they say? No one hates women more than other women because this show absolutely hates Kara.
To me, they hate Jimmy Olsen the way they did that fool.
Like I said, I have problems with how the CW just at large deals with black men, but that's a debate for another day.
Mr. Terrific fared out way better than Jimmy Olsen. Let me tell you.
You're wrong.
Well, really? You think Jimmy Olsen felt better?
I think Jimmy Olsen at least got a little something more to do. At least at the very least, Jimmy Olsen wasn't Felicity's sidekick, so he has leg up on him.
All right, fair.
And Mr. Mediocre
I was gonna say great value, Mr. Terrific. I wasn't even gonna say Mr. Mediocre.
Mr. He aight. Mr. He just fine. He's just fine.
Even though Luke Fox kind of trumps both of them, but that's not a high bar to really climb over.
First of all, I feel so bad for that actor, so bad for that character.
He was giddy for that costume. He was like, I got the costume. I was like, man.
I mean, I wish you were somewhere else. Can he be on Legends? Can he go on Superman? Can he do something anywhere else? Anywhere else?
But anyway, Superman Lois. Sorry for diverting. Right. Superman Lois. My bad.
We the Segway Kings, baby. Yeah. So Superman Lois. I gotta eat a little bit of crow. And I am loving the show, but I am weary that their shoe's gonna drop and the show's gonna suck shit. But they are doing the multiverse thing, and they've done this thing that we're having this huge debate now, or at least I'm having this huge debate now on Twitter about proper use, or not proper use. That's so condescending. About use of comic book characters, because my stance. My stance is I would rather you either A, use a character from the comic book as they are, B, take a character and just make minor adjustments and adapt them so they still keep their narrative core, but they're still the same character. Or, C, just make up a brand new character. Not a huge fan of race bending, but I understand when it's necessary and when it needs to be done. And that's, sparingly. Not a huge fan of it. I just found it bothersome. And so when the show started and we thought that John Henry was Black Lex Luthor, I went, well, I guess it's fine. It's the multiverse. They're doing their little take. Mm-hmm. And when they revealed that it was John Henry Irons, they were doing something that I always say do, use a character from the comic books. But I feel like, oh, damn, they monkey pawed me. So this is the first live action steal we've gotten since Shaq, and he's a goddamn antagonist. Okay. That's fine. I mean, that's what I asked you to do. You're doing what I asked you to do.
Spoilers, they changed it up though, but you'll see.
I gotta watch the episode.
Yeah, watch it.
I hope he gets better armor because I'm not a fan of the armor he has now.
I'm just happy they got the hammer though. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Like, look, when he smacked Clark and said, "You're not the only man of steel," I had a chubby. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I got.
If you needed any black actor to do that, he was pretty perfect to do that.
That was fucking spectacular. And so what I hope he's in the show more, and I hope he's gonna get his Vegeta moment where he's gonna become, slowly get to hang out with Clark and they get to be friends. That's what I'm hoping. Fingers fucking crossed. So speaking of Luke Fox, so they in their 11th hour hype up the fact that, oh, look, we got a black man in the costume. His Batwing. You guys like Batwing, right? I'm like, well, you know what? Yes, I do. The comic book.
Well, it depends on which one. Do you like? Do you like Africa?
David was awesome.
David was awesome. DC was like, fuck you. We're gonna make him a Fox now, and I'm like, oh.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I had a running joke of one of my friends where I felt like Bruce was using Luke for technology, like to test bed technology for the Batman Beyond.
We all said that shit as soon as we saw we saw the glow up chest. I was like, so this is the Batman Beyond suit.
That's the Batman Beyond suit. So all right. He guinea pig and the black man. I see you, Bruce.
Luke Fox just sitting there like, so am I just a joke to you, Bruce?
I'm in the club. I get to be a bat. So anyway, so they hyped this dude up and they built that fucking excellent costume.
Perfect.
Pitch perfect, like it peeled off the screen.
CW has done a pretty good job with costumes, other than a couple of the hiccups.
Other than a few, like
Wild Dog was like.
I mean, but that's his combo. I mean, which one? His first one or his second one?
The second one.
Say the second one's dog shit. I agree. Yeah.
The first one, I was like, I like the first one just because it was very like, oh, streamlined.
It's comic one, so it's fine.
And I'm glad they went back to that one later on in Arrow. It was like, yeah, let's go back to that other one.
This shit sucks.
That's the definition of I agree with you on that, and that was tactical for no fucking reason.
There's no fucking fucking hate tactical shit. But they hype him up, and he's in the episode for a total of 2 scenes. One where he fucks up a rescue, and I bullshit you not. When Mary saw it, she was like, "Ooh, who are you?" He takes the mask off. She's like, "Oh, Luke, ew!" Like, I'm like, the disrespect this whole series has shown.
Man, he is so. Luke. I know he was just eating himself up the side like, you son of a.
She was like when he had the mask on, she got moist. When the mask came up, she dried up quicker than a fucking Sahara.
Eventually she'll warm up to him, maybe.
Whatever. And so then the next scene, he fights Great Value Bane and gets one punch off, and that's it. I'm like, that's Y'all wasted my goddamn time. That's grand opening, grand closing. Like, whoop, there's your Batwing, folks. Womp, 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 womp.
That's been season 2.
With no build up. No build up, by the way. Like it wasn't foreshadow. Like they had that one episode where he was like the tough kid with his leather jacket and his toothpick going to pick up on Great Value Bane. And he got the brother Negro moment with Diggle.
Which so is Diggle supposed to be like when we getting Green Lantern and Diggle, because they've been teasing the shit out of that, and I'm like, so Diggle, you in all these shows, are you like the through line? Is this something big happening?
I'm saying you coasting out. I guess that's the crossover this year. It's the Diggle experience. I ain't mad at it.
Actually, he's been apparently he behind the scenes. Hey, what's up? Yeah, apparently behind the scenes he's been like directing some episodes of some of these shows. I'm like, so is he getting like a bigger part in the CW stuff? I'm confused here. I'm like, all right, man. If he is, cool. You know, popping up in the Flash.
I mean, I'm not knocking him, man. Collect them checks, Dave. Collect them motherfucking checks.
Let's talk about it real quick, because personally, I don't feel we're gonna dedicate a whole episode to Batwoman. I'll say this about season 2 and season 1. Season 1, Alice carried it. I think you've heard me and Prime say this over and over. It carried. Alice carried season 1, bar none.
But what they decide to do is that because she's a white woman, she can't be complicit in her crimes because, no white women have agencies, apparently. So, like, she was brainwashed to be a dick. And so now we got to redeem her. But while we're redeeming her, she's still going to be an unrepented murderer
even the League of League of Shadows in season 2 was calling Alice out on her bullshit.
Who are they calling Sapphire? Raja Gal?
Yeah, something like Raja. I don't know who said Raja Gal. I fucking
that shit. I lost my shit. I'm like, you ain't wrong though. You're right.
But I like how she called Alice out on her bullshit. Like, yeah, you really gonna think you're gonna get redemption here? Like, nah, bitch. There's no redemption. No, fuck you.
Like, and then I'm still CJ. Help me understand. So why is Jacob in jail? Because he knew that she was Alice and he got charged with her crimes. I don't understand how any of that works.
Guilt by association. Guilt by association.
Just say the truth. Dear Ray Scott was like, you know what? Deuces.
I'm out.
That's my contract. Good night, folks. That's my time.
But the problem with season 2 isn't the actress playing Batwoman. I think she's way better than fucking
It's
Ruby.
Fantastic. It's the goddamn writing. Like,
it's the
she's
writing.
A horrible character. Like, she's a horrible person. She literally
helps out her drug dealer friend the whole series in a show that's
talking about how, like, talking to cops and other people, like how you destroy the community and like you're tearing apart families.
But your woman is selling drugs to the community.
Your girlfriend, no, she makes the drugs and sells them to the fucking community. What the fuck, you hypocritical bitch? And then the last episode, bro, when she was at the parole board, right?
Yeah.
And look, no disrespect. I take it back. Disrespect to Carol Ann Dries, because I think you got a fucking white savior complex. You need to get that shit worked out in therapy.
Exactly.
You're like, it's fucking horrible. So the last episode of the season, she's at the parole board, right?
Yeah.
And they ask her, okay, so we're gonna, see if you still need to come to these hearings. You need to supervise, whatever. So have you learned anything? And she goes, no, I haven't learned anything because I'm still the magnificent woman I've always. Bitch, are you fucking for real right now? Are you shitting me? Are you fuck, bro? I almost threw my controller to this. I swear to God, bruh. So she gives a fucking do better speech. Need I remind you, what's that? 5 episodes ago, she was scissoring a known drug dealing kingpin. Let's just leave that on the table as it is. Talking about how, like, you thought that I couldn't do. And then she said her false charges. But didn't you say, hold on, now you're saying the charges are false, but didn't you say that it was true because they did find the drugs on you because you took them from, again, need I remind you, your drug cooking girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And you said the cop said something to you, you had a reaction. Again, none of those things take away your fucking agency. That doesn't mean that just because in your mind, like, I wasn't in the wrong, bitch, you still broke laws. Like, I don't understand. Like, that doesn't mean just because you don't necessarily agree with the charge, it doesn't mean it's a fucking false charge. What the
bro? It was so much. And the thing of it is, it was one of those situations where I'm watching the season and it's like, on top of them trying to find out a way to, like, circumvent Kate coming back, which, surprise, she pops up as a different actress playing Kate, but I guess
which,
Kate
by the way, she should have been Kate in the first goddamn place.
She really
she should have been to start with, because goddamn.
She's way better. She's way better. But then again,
loved her in Krypton, loved her in this. So goddamn.
Hey, at least she got another job. That's all that matters. I mean,
then she immediately leaves again. Like, why? So now hold on. So Kate, So Kate started off as a replacement for Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
She leaves, and now the show is about the replacement of the replacement.
Ryan Wilder.
While the two actual comic book characters are fucking missing.
And the thing of it is, and now again,
and
now Batwoman season 3 is going to be another mulligan because now they're starting fresh without the baggage of Kate. And
just cancel it. No one's gonna complain. Like, look, it trends every weekend because I know y'all pay for that shit. But like me and the 6 other people who watch the show, we won't mind. Just cancel it. No one's gonna complain.
You cancel Black Lightning after 4 seasons, which, to be fair, even though I felt the finale for Black Lightning season 4 was rushed, I still enjoyed it because we still got Black Lightning versus Tobias as well. I was like, I'll take that fight.
And I kind of questioned what they felt needed, real estate during the final season. Like, if China wasn't going to be in the whole season, you could have just written her out and you didn't have to do that whole plot with the fucking body snatcher.
Because switching her for another.
Why?
So having her, recasting her with another chick, that implies that you had another season or 2 on deck, which would have been great because you could flesh out this new and improved, Lightning. But
it is gonna be really weird going back and rewatch the season because like they spend so much time on establishing this is
the family.
This is her. She just changed appearances. The same person. She regenerated like fucking Doctor Who. It's okay. It's fine. She's good. Same character. Oh, turns out no, it's a fucking body snatcher. You just wanted her life. Oh. So, all that time we spent that you get to know the new actress. Oh. Well, it doesn't matter because the show's over anyway.
Show's over, but you got to buy.
Come on, folks.
Bye. Which I still would like to know what was the rationale behind it. But hey, we're getting Naomi, and I'm like, good luck on that, guys.
I mean, like, look, only so much I can take. So, like, I'm already watching Batwoman. Like, do I have to?
My thing is this. It was a situation that a lot of people were saying about them trying to do a Miles Morales movie right when Bendis created the character. I'm like, well,
but how?
You got to make sure Miles has an actual rogues gallery and some stories on deck before you do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I feel some type of way about that because I feel the same people who were like, all of y'all who wanted to see the Mandarin, what stories did you want to see? The Hands of the Mandarin.
Thank you.
You know how long I have waited to see an adaptation of the Hands of the Mandarin. And look, I'm so mad about that shit. Because like people like try to placate me going, oh, well, we're finally getting the Mandarin. Yeah, after we bitched and moaned for years to get him, but we're not going to get to see him fight his arch nemesis. Let me tell you what this is like. So
would I like to see Iron Man? Yes, I would. And that's a missed opportunity. It would have been nice.
Look, this is what this is like. This is like if the first Batman movie, if there was a Batman trilogy and he never fought the Joker, and in the last movie, there was a guy claiming to be the Joker, but it turned out it was the goddamn Condiment King wearing Joker mask because, like, the real Joker technically, quote unquote, doesn't exist. And that's the end of the Batman trilogy. And Batman goes off, and there's no more Batman. And years later, we finally get the Joker in a Vigilante movie. That's not kosher. That's not.
Now, the only thing I will say is this: if we get Mandarin's daughters in Armor Wars, that will make up for it a little bit.
If I don't see Stingray in Armor War, I am going to fucking riot. I am going to throw chairs.
If I don't see Crimson Dynamo, if I don't see
Stingray, if I don't see Mandroids, I am going to flip some shit.
Because you already mentioned in Black Widow, Crimson Dynamo exists. You said the motherfucker's name like verbatim, like not even as a joke. Like, oh, Russia has a Crimson Dynamo. Like, no bullshit. I'm like, all right. Hell, I even say if you don't have Detroit Steel, you failed. But that's just a stretch.
I mean, look,
Ghost, bring that chick back. But anyways, but like Black Lightning, I need to know. But Naomi, I'm like, but she doesn't have like an established story. Like, so are you just freestyling on this? Like,
I guess that's okay. I guess that's fine.
Clean slate.
You can do whatever you want. So the comic book nerds won't get all their panties in the bunches.
What, the 10 comic book nerds that actually read the book? I hate to say it, like.
Yeah, book didn't look, like I say, people keep telling me the book is good, but I feel like y'all just sipping for the black girl, which you're allowed to do.
Hey,
but be honest about it.
I support black even when it's bad.
But it's like, just be honest. Be honest. That's all I'm saying. Like, because I know Bendis.
I'm just like,
he gonna Bendis. because I'm reading the Justice League book.
Look.
And that's some hard business shit going on there.
I say this as a person. I like Empire. Is it the greatest show ever? Not really, but I fucking support it because it's fucking Terrace House and Taraji. Like the fuck,
man. Look. I was with you for like the first 2-3 seasons, and I just had to. Only so much niggerdom I can take in my system. I had to pull the parachute and leave. So like,
well, I was already watching the CW and All American, so it balanced out. You know, so like,
what is that show about? Like, is it?
It went from the true story of this football guy in real life, and now it's actually a pretty good black drama show. I'm like, all right.
I thought it was a football show, but like every time I'm watching this shit before Superman and Lois of Black Lightning, there's always some gangland shit going on. I'm like, what the fuck, y'all? That's supposed to be Black Friday Night Tights. What the fuck?
Hey, they got fucking Tay Diggs in it, so it's like, all right, let's keep this show going. I want to know how much they paying Tay Diggs. That's like, holy shit.
As long as it lasts longer than the game, that's all I ask.
Hey, this shit's like, so yeah, All Americans on season 3. Give me 8 seasons, and it's like, yes, success.
That's all I ask for. Just outlive the game.
Actually, if it gets 8 seasons, that would technically outlive the Cosby Show. So that's like, oh shit.
Also, another show, In the Dark. I thought that shit was a comedy. Like I thought it was like, you know, a blind woman, nope. You know, and that should be some heavy shit going on. I'm like, what the? I'm like, the fuck going on this shit? Do I need to be watching this show?
Just saying, but yeah, Batwoman is just. I was just like the actors and actors, they're doing their best with the material, but that writing crew, it's like, yo, can we fire all of them?
Carol Ann, can either. Okay, so 2 things need to happen. Well, I'd rather they both happen. Everyone gets fired and the show gets canceled. Like that's the whole. It's like one of those 2 things, or again, preferably both, need to happen.
I have to put this out there. One of the women that I follow on Twitter, her Twitter handle is @Steph_I_Will. She's a comic book artist. She's a writer and stuff. She's actually going to be writing the Nubia and the Amazons book for DC.
So that sounds dope because I'm reading the new Wonder Girl with Yara Fleur, which by the way has been chef's kiss. Because it's giving me a lot of the content that I've wanted for a long time. Like it has Cassie and Artemis interacting with each other. It has a lot of Nubia, a lot of Hippolyta complex content. It's a really good book. And I really like what I thought the Nubia Future State book was okay. So any new Nubia,
it was all right, but I was excited a little bit. I was excited for a little bit, but I was like, all right, I'll read more if they keep doing this. Like, all right, cool. I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, I like the concept of Nubia being the last standing Amazon in man's world. Like, that's kind of interesting.
I mean, look, I saw nothing but black people like fucking black power fists when they read that book. Like, yo, she's the last Amazon. All right, cool.
I mean. It was kind of basic Betty bitch with like, you know, the Aunt Nancy. Get it, Aunt Nancy? Do you get Aunt Nancy? Do you get it, Aunt Nancy? You get it? You get it?
Throw it in your face like, do you get it now? Do you get it?
I got it. Thanks. Like, yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, and of course, because it's the black mythological hero, then she has to encounter Aunt Nancy. I mean, sure, Vixen did it. Why the fuck not? Sure, whatever. Yeah, nothing matters. Might as well. Might the fuck well. That's what you got to do when you're black mythological mystic powers. You got to meet a Nancy. That's in the rule book of black people.
Well, that and have lightning powers because, you know, that's the thing.
I mean, it has to. It's on the checklist.
I thought people were bullshitting for the longest time on that until I looked it up. I was like, God damn, DC, like you do realize black people could be more than lightning powers, right? Just FYI on that.
Or we could have a rocket power skateboard. I mean, whatever you're gonna do with it, whatever you're gonna do.
Prime, I'd like to tell you this. I remember watching the Spider-Man animated series, and I saw that character. I had a hearty laugh until I realized. I think my cousin was the one that told me, "Oh, you think that's original for the cartoon? Oh no, that's in the comic." And I looked at him like, "No, you're joking, right?" Oh no, that's in the comic. And I was like, "What?"
Hey, I like Night Thrasher.
No, I know I like Night Thrasher, but it's like when you're watching it as a kid, like watching that '90s Spider-Man show. It's funny just in that, like, as a kid, you're just watching it like, this is funny as hell, but I'm with it because, you know, black kids, skateboarder and all that stuff, and the big giant wheel chasing them. I'm with it, right? It's just when my older cousin told me that, I was just like, okay, wow, I need to find these issues of these books where this happened. Like, this is insane.
New Warriors is my shit. That's why I'm really glad that new Warriors has been buried. That makes me happy. I I feel like the one thing that all of comic book internet united on was seeing that shit never saw publication.
I mean, yeah, that is.
We all
It was like that meme of everybody with the Knights of the Round Table putting the swords down. Like, yo,
that was us. That was
that does not need to happen whatsoever.
We need to put a stop to this shit. And I'm so shocked. And I'm so shocked because current Marvel is so shameless. Like we were able to shame them into not publishing that fucking book.
We shamed them. We shamed. Here's how fucked up it is and stuff. Because let's be real about this Prime. The shame sometimes backfires. We could have had an awesome ass Blade book, but because we wanted to see a lot of diverse writers, we shamed them because it was a white writer for it. And then we got no Blade book. I was like, God damn it! We should have had the Blade book.
That Blade concept, I feel like they're saving that shit for a movie, like the Blade and Blade's daughter. I got good money to say that's going to be what the MCU Blade movie is going to be.
Possibly.
I mean, if not the first movie, it's going to be the second movie.
Yeah. I mean, they did get a new director that just got announced today.
It's coming.
Hopefully that writer for that Blade comic book is getting some residuals off that story. Because, I mean...
No, they're not. Because that article just came out.
Let's be... Okay, we'll talk about that. Okay, fuck it. Let's talk about that. Because for the longest time, all right, Marvel and DC, and it's been known is the reason why Image Comics was founded. They basically been looking at Todd McFarlane. I love him. I love how he takes every chance.
He is so creator oriented. I fucking look. Say what you will about the man's business practices. Say what you will about his art style. But that man gives a fuck about creators and advocating for creators' rights.
My man would draw Spider-Man on a fucking live Facebook and be like, "Yeah, I'm drawing Spider-Man. Yeah, fuck Marvel, by the way. But let's draw the Spider-Man and the Spider-Sim." I'm like, only Todd could do that shit because nobody else could do that.
Because he got the money. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so basically Marvel and DC for years, they've been basically shortchanging a lot of creatives and stuff. I know Ed Brubaker was on Kevin Smith's podcast, Fat Man Beyond, when they were talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier. And Ed Brubaker was just very candid, like, yeah, I got no residuals for Winter Soldier. I had a part in the movie, but I didn't get no residuals from that and stuff. I didn't get anything for Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I heard this terminology where he says he created that character. Now, Ed, I love you. You did not create Bucky Barnes. You created the concept
Winter Soldier.
That's a different thing. You took an already existing character and you gave them a new coat of paint. Now, I do agree that he should get more recognition, more shine, more money because they are taking his ideas
and running with it.
Multi-billion-dollar movies. Yes, he should. But, bro, you did not create Bucky Barnes. Like, pump the brakes there in a second.
Jim Starlin, on the other hand, he was getting okay. So Marvel since End of Avengers, they have been like dick swinging Thanos in front of our faces every which way, right? Jim Starlin didn't get dick shit.
As a matter of fact,
nothing.
He was doing a comic book around the same time. He like finishing up his Thanos trilogy.
Actually, wasn't it like the Avengers? It was an Avengers. It came out right after the 2012 Avengers movie. It was like an Avengers Assemble comic book where it was them versus Thanos. It was a very weird kind of comic.
Yeah, it was Avengers Assemble. That shit was written by Brian Michael fucking Bendis. I know
where they fought Thanos, which I was like, that was weird.
Because you got to get that synergy money. But Starlin, he was finishing up his Thanos trilogy. If I'm getting my dates or my titles wrong, please forgive me. This has been years ago. But if I remember the situation correctly, he was completing the trilogy. He had an idea for, I think, the second or third book. But around the same time, I think Donnie Coates or somebody else was doing
Donnie Coates
was doing a Thanos book at the same time that was going to have this kind of the same storyline or same beat that Starlin's Thanos book was going to have. And so they told Starlin, "Oh, you got to change your book." Excuse me. You tell Donnie Coates to go fuck himself, and you let Jim Starlin print and produce whatever the fuck he wants to print and fucking produce. Like, I mean, call me crazy, but I feel like the guy who created the character should have a little bit more control about what the character is going to be.
Seniority, that kind of stuff.
The guy who's also editor in chief, also a guy who, I'm just saying. I feel like he should have got a little more shine than that.
Should have, but
But what do I know? I'm just some random ass black dude. So fuck what I say, right?
Fuck me right. Fuck me right.
Fuck me right.
So it was Jim Starlin. He wasn't getting money for Thanos. Who else was it in that article?
I know Denny O'Neil was feeling some type of way when he didn't get any. He didn't even get a fucking mention for creating Ironmonger.
Nigga, nothing. And
No.
Ironmonger was in one movie, but still, it was like that kind of boosted the character up to the where they were using his son in the comics, and that it.
What's that?
Yeah,
What's that fucking interview he got? He was like, "Well, did you get something for that?" He was like, "Accomplishment of seeing a character I made on the big screen."
pat on the back, like good job, guy.
So you did that. Good job, fella.
So, I'm from what I'm hearing, Disney is finally coming to the table and was like, yeah, we really need to pay Jim Starlin his monies now.
Yeah, and what do they call that? They call that the shut the fuck up money, because like they've been putting a stink about this shit for years.
I mean, Disney has the money to do it. I mean, fuck it. If it's gonna be anybody to do it, fuck it, do it. You know.
But are they gonna do it though? Because they're also trying to shortchange the Star Wars novel writers. Like,
oh, they'll change the tune.
That shit.
They'll change the tune up on that one. I already know that because
no,
I feel they will. Because if you get enough, if you put it this way, knowing how I know Disney tends to look at social media to get the pulse, right? I've seen a lot of people online talk about this shit, and it's been gaining steam. I think they're gonna they're gonna probably give a lot of shut the fuck up money to the creators, which it will be mission accomplished temporarily of shut the fuck up money, or B, they might just put their foot in the sand, dig their heels in, and be like, yeah, we're not paying you shit.
Which knowing Disney, I feel like it's gonna be that latter, because how they treating the Star Wars writers, they're telling them to basically go fuck off.
Oh yeah,
they shut the hell up with no money.
Disney's gonna dig their heels in until they realize, fuck, we're stupid. Let's go ahead and pay these guys. Which it should never get to that point. It should never get to that point.
I definitely agree. It should never get to that point. But like Disney is stubborn as fuck, or stubborn and cheap as fuck, which is crazy to me. But like they're gonna fight it.
Which is weird because it's like you bought Marvel and let them more or less do what they want. You changed up Ike Perlmutter from being in that position, which has been a great thing and stuff. It's just, hey, it kind of sucks that the TV side kind of was like the child in the middle of a divorce where they kind of got fucked over in the process and stuff. I mean, it's like a lot of us look, as much as I remember early on, I wanted to see Netflix heroes in Endgame. I was like, you know what? I understand it because of how the corporate structure of everything was and stuff. But it's like the Hulu people, like especially Cloak and Dagger, it's like, man, they really got hosed. I mean, I don't feel bad for Hellstrom because that show was just.
I keep forgetting I'm watching that show, bro.
Like Hellstrom is the only look. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You can meet me at fucking high noon on this one. At least the Netflix shows, Cloak and Dagger, and even Runaways, you can kind of feel they were in the MCU, right? Just to a degree. They were doing their own separate thing, but you can kind of see it and stuff, right? At least there was something there. Hellstrom, I get nothing. Not even Doctor Strange shit I don't get in that show. That's the fucked up part. If you at least gave me a thread of a Doctor Strange reference, I would have been fine with that. It's just nothing.
Also, white secular writers, don't ape religious iconography if you're not going to lean hard into that shit.
They don't even lean hard. Constantine leans hard into that, and you guys are great value, Constantine.
And you keep trying to like rationalize, and I'm like, don't ape the iconography if you're not going to go in 100%. Like, look, I'm sorry. They keep going, oh, they're other dimensionally beings, or bro, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Either you do it or not.
They're either demons or they ain't. Like, you can't be in the middle row like what was it, that fucking line from Castlevania like just took me the fuck out, where it's like, well, why do crosses work on vampires? Oh, it's a large geometric shape. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No.
How about you just go with the old mythology? Dracula hates Christianity iconography. All right, cool.
How about you just stick with it's a fucking cross? Stick with that.
Religious.
It's a religious symbol, and not even that. Even I would even take the excuse that it's something that has a particularly strong faith or belief tied into it. Yeah. I would go with that. But throwing, it's a large geometric shape. Go fuck yourself.
That's the only thing I hated about like modern vampire stories is that the weird part. This is my mom saying this, and I never thought about it. She said straight up, it's weird how these movies with vampires they took out the religious aspect of them. Like look at Underworld. Look at Underworld. That's what I'm saying. None of the vampires get hit with crosses at all. There's no crosses whatsoever.
They think we don't notice. But we do.
Like my mom notices this shit, and she's not really knee deep into like the mythology and stuff. But she was like, So no crosses, no religious, nothing.
Nothing. No.
Huh.
Oh, fascinating.
That's weird. So how do I defeat vampires now? I'm fucked. Basically, it's like it used to be if you had a
silver and thigh highs. That's what you need.
No, because people forget it used to be a time if you were the main character and you had like a cross like necklace on, you were safe. Like Dracula ain't fucking with you. It's like, oh shit, he got a cross on. Let me not touch him. Like, you know, now it's like, yeah, you're fucked.
Well, go get some Italian for lunch and you'll be all right, I guess, with the garlic.
Blow your breath.
Hi there, Drac. Good to see you.
I'll wait till he brushes his teeth. Then I'll strike.
I'm like, oh, I'll get that motherfucker. He got to get that Colgate sometime.
It's like, fuck, he didn't brush his teeth for 5 days straight. Ain't this about a bitch?
Breath just smelling like fucking roasted Parmesan and shit. Just going to work. Shit all jagged up in your teeth, huh?
Like, hey, Jim, why you didn't brush your teeth for 5 days? I don't know. Dracula's trying to go after me, man. I gotta keep safe on the streets.
He's salivating my shit. Like, I don't understand. Like, bro, you suck blood. Why do you have a fork and a knife, bro? What are you doing? Why are you wearing a bib? Drac, please. I'm trying to play Madden. God damn it.
Kill my coworker. All right. I hate him. Go for it. Oh my God, man. But nah. Hey, Prime. I have a feeling Hickman is gonna come to Disney's door like, y'all motherfuckers been aping my shit since phase 2. So where's my money? Winter Soldier, Hydra, Shield, where's my money?
I'm gonna say if he ain't say shit about how they did my girl Proxima Bay Night,
nah, if he didn't come after him after Winter Soldier, I came out of Winter Soldier and I was the only person that was like, holy shit, Hickman just did this like 6 months ago. What is going on here?
But by the way, though, can I just say this? I'm gonna put on my tinfoil conspiracy hat real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, Agent of Shield is a TV show was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Winter Soldier dropped, blew up Shield. Do you think that was Kevin's way of telling Perlmutter to go fuck himself?
I think it was.
I feel like the more I think about it, the more I feel like, I think they blew up Shield in the movies because of that damn TV show.
And the writers was like, fuck. Yeah, we planned this. Bullshit.
The hell you did.
Look at the last episode before Winter Soldier. They were on a train doing regular Shield shit. In the next episode, yeah, Shield's destroyed. Huh?
What the fuck? And so my thing about it is like some people try to defend this shit. Back. Let's go back in time for a minute. Back when people were trying to defend Agents of Shield before
I was one of them.
Those same people.
I am shameless. I defended it. I ain't gonna
lie. Before these same people now are going, oh, it's not canon, really, but like a year anyway. So
it's canon now after Loki. So
they're defending this shit to me, going like, well, it couldn't be that good in the first season because they had to they had the Winter Soldier twist, so the episodes had to suck. That doesn't make any sense, bro. Like
that show was riding in mid territory up until the Winter Soldier, and I'm being nice with that one.
And like my thing is like, if that's the terrible excuse, because like if anything, you want to show Shield as being competent and strong, so when the Winter Soldier twist does happen,
then it's like, oh
it's
shit,
more impactful. You're like, oh fuck, but like you doing middling ass bullshit.
That show has 7 episodes before the fucking blow up of Shield. I was like, fuck, first season, that's what's up. Oh, that was definitely Feige. Like, yeah, fuck them over right now.
That's what because the more I think about it, more I'm like, you know what? I feel like that's what he did this shit because Feige didn't want to do TV shit. That's documented. He didn't want to do TV shit.
But the funny thing is like he kind of sort of supported it a little bit because like he actually did like some of the ideas they did like with Ghost Rider and stuff. Like he actually came out and was like, yo, I actually like what they did with Ghost Rider and stuff. He liked the ideas. Yeah, I don't know if he necessarily he liked the show per se. But he liked the ideas that they had. Like,
and I will say, like, he let some characters go, like Sif and Nick Fury. Although I feel like he might not have had say so in that.
I know he was teed off about the Inhumans because he wanted to do a movie. I know that much.
I feel like he didn't want to do Inhumans. I feel like that was
he wanted to do the movie. But Perlmutter was like, oh, TV show.
I feel like he didn't want to do shit with Inhumans. I feel like he did. I feel like the Inhumans were just being pushed on him. Because if you remember, that movie kept getting like shuffled around and pushed back and back.
I don't even think that movie was really like on deck. I think, put it this way, I believe in the Marvel's writing room at that time, they kicked around a lot of ideas of properties, and Humans probably was kicked around, but they didn't have an idea of how to do it, especially in connection to X-Men and all
And
that
I feel
stuff.
like Perlmutter was like, well, we don't own the rights outright because of goddamn Fox. We got our own powered super visuals.
For fucking, we're doing on Agents of Shield, and I'm like, all right, guys. I mean, look, I got my joke. I got my
jokes.
I got my jokes off with Great Value Gambit. It was great. Australian Gambit. All right, cool.
I was gonna say we got the Incredible Hedgehog Hulk. I mean, we got the jokes off. We got them off. But I'm like, y'all sure y'all want to do this shit? Yeah, sure.
Man. And then we got that. Well, me and Prime talked about the TV show. It was something. It was something.
It happened, and I feel really bad because I really like the dude who played Black Bolt. I feel like he was a really good Black Bolt. It's just unfortunate.
The biggest middle finger is if Feige gets that guy that played Black Bolt and put him in like another movie or some shit. That would be fucking hilarious.
Well, he's too busy flying around as Captain Pike, so it's probably not.
That is true. That is true. He getting that Paramount money, you know.
Getting that Paramount plus, you know, his red shirts.
Him and old girl
sitting on them reused sets.
You don't give a shit. It's like, hey, I'm in Star Trek. Fuck you, buddy.
Again, Paramount. You think we don't notice?
We don't. We do notice,
but we do. We do.
Hey, Prime. Okay, so I've been, you know, barring some books, I've been digging Hickman's X-Men run, but the epiphany kicked to me. I was like, so this is Hickman basically just dick teasing Mystique, like, yeah, you're not getting Destiny back to Mystique. That's not happening whatsoever. Every step of the way, the Krakoa Council look, every time there's some sort of miracle, because right now, Scarlet Witch got killed, but this is their excuse to make Scarlet Witch be a mutant now, which I'm like, all right, cool, fine, whatever, right? I'm just laughing at the fact that Mystique is gonna see Scarlet Witch get like revived, and she's gonna be sitting in the corner like, so y'all gonna do Destiny? No.
Oh no, she's on the list. She's on the list. Well, see, we had to do Wanda because she got murdered, and that wasn't really fair.
That wasn't fair. But what about my wife?
Well, she's in the queue. Mystique, look right here. Look, she's on our Amazon delivery list, scheduled to be delivered.
She's
October 28th.
She's number 10 on the queue, so we'll revive her. You know,
yeah, she's
eventually.
Coming.
She's coming.
She'll
have patience. Have patience. All right.
I mean, we can't expedite the process. I mean.
Just every other person get revived, and she's just sitting in the corner, just bitter as shit.
Like, what's that? What's the last book before I stopped reading? Who was she talking to when she was like, she's about to blow all this shit up? Who was that?
It wasn't Xavier.
Who the fuck? She was having a conversation with somebody. No, it was somebody.
It might have been. Was it Sinister?
It might have been Sinister because
I think it was Dakota. No, that's what it was.
Dakota to the end of an event, and she was like, "Look, this shit got to burn."
No, that's what it was. It was Sinister because she found out that Sinister got visited by Charles and Mara as being the person that's supposed to be like the what's the word? Because he was collecting DNA from all the mutants and stuff, because that's what Sinister does. Like he was cataloging all that stuff. So she called to him like, so you think you can get me Destiny back with your whole stuff? And Sinister's like, I mean, Charles and them gave me a pretty good spot here, and I don't really want to fuck that up. So I don't know, Mystique. I don't know if I can help you.
And she's like, yeah, this shit's gonna burn. Mark my motherfucking words.
I just want to know how she's gonna burn it down, because I feel it's coming. I don't know how Hickman's gonna do it, but I'm like, it's coming. I don't know what she's gonna do. I don't know whether she's just gonna fucking pull the fucking Real Housewives of Atlanta shit and just spill the tea and just let everybody just fight it out and shit. I don't know if that's what she's gonna do.
Basically, that's all I'm waiting on right now is to watch this shit burn. I'm waiting on it. It's like I'm like Cyclops. When's that shoe gonna drop? When is it happening? Because it's not gonna last forever. Like, everything we touch turns to ash eventually. So,
because as soon as I saw Trial of Magneto, I was like, so they're gonna blame Magneto for killing Wanda, and I was like, all right, let's see how this plays. But I'm like, yeah, as soon as Wanda get revived, Mystique is gonna blow this shit up. It's gonna be.
So I'm also waiting. So like, you mean tell me a little bit more, because like I said, I ripped Parachute out, and I've been gone for a while. So I did see that Onslaught is being teased. I called that shit.
Yeah, that was bound to happen.
So can you tell me about what's so anything? Anything I should stick my head back into to see what's going on?
I didn't read that, but the Trial of Magneto stuff is the only interesting thing, because I'm kind of doing what you're doing and dialing it back on books and just collecting trades at this point. So like the X-Men stuff is just the mainline story I'm really focusing on. Because I'm actually going to collect the trade for the Excalibur, because I had dropped that book, but I heard it's actually still pretty good.
I heard Way of X is really good.
Yeah, Way of X is actually really good too.
But I'm waiting for trade. Like I'm waiting for trade. But everything I'm hearing, people are like, this book is answering all the questions that I had about Krakoa.
Yeah,
they're saying like that's the book you need to be because that's the book you should have waited on. And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna
so
read the trade on that.
And also the fact that the X-Men they're looking at like all the other civilizations and stuff, and it's just like the book where Mags and them roll to the UN and shit. They still look at Wakanda like, yeah, Wakanda, we're cool with you, but you don't really need our resources. Y'all cool, right? All right, cool. Y'all cool. We're good, stuff. So
yeah, I'm really having a hard time coming to terms with the X-Men becoming what they fought against for so many years. Like,
isn't that? I mean, I think we predicted this from jump.
I mean,
we talked about House of X. It was like,
we were like,
they're gonna become what they hated at this point. They're gonna be.
Yeah, they're being mad villainous right now. Like, and I would argue with people going, it's not that bad, but it was that fucking Fantastic Four book where they did some straight up super villain shit. I was like, yeah, they're the bad guys now.
Hey, look, they flexed on Reed, and it's like, look, we know Reed is a piece of shit, but it's like, is Reed Richards really the last person you want to piss off?
And then the way you fucking did it, like that was a fucking super villain manifesto where you were like, I want you to remember.
This guy was part of the Illuminati. He's blown up other Earths. Do you really want to fuck with that guy? And you guys got your own planet now. Reed could probably blow up Mars. Yeah, the X-Men colonized Mars, guys. That's great. That was great. That was great.
Like, it's just so fucking crazy to me. It's like they went from a fucking minority allegory to like this crazy. Like, it's so fucking crazy to me. Like, I don't.
Dude, they looked at Earth and was like, yeah, y'all thought y'all got Mars. Now it's ours now. So Storm, go ahead and terraform this shit. And again, I think people forget how powerful Storm was, but Storm terraformed. Storm and Iceman actually terraformed like the whole entire fucking planet Mars. And I was like, holy shit. Like,
now here's my thing, because all that glitters isn't gold. Terraforming a planet is hard work. How long is that shit gonna last?
And are they gonna run amok of Shi'ar and other space people too at the same time?
I mean, that's what I'm waiting on, because that's when I was reading New Mutants, that was what's going on with them. They were going off on crazy ass Shi'ar space adventures. Well,
Starjammers, that stuff.
Story A was a space adventure. Story B was your milk toast racism and bigotry story.
Yeah. So it's are the Shi'ar gonna look at that like, so if you colonize Mars, what's to say you ain't trying to take over our little area of space? So
I mean, if that leads to a new Shi'ar war, I mean, that would be something interesting happen. That would be story happening, and not just the X-Men milling about on a paradise island doing nothing.
Especially Shi'ar finds out that Vulcan's alive. So
I mean, they're gonna feel some way about that shit.
It's like, oh, Vulcan's alive, and what?
And my thing is like, yo, Xavier, you're alive again. When are you gonna go claim your fucking kid?
Never. I'm dead the year award guy. 15 years running, baby.
And never stopped. What them cigarettes at? Shuck and jive.
Actually, you know what? We knew the X-Men weren't shit when they rolled up to the UN. And, rightfully so, because humans were kind of being dickbags towards them. When they rolled up to the UN in them suits.
With Magneto and fucking Apocalypse. Like, that's you rolled up to the UN with noted terrorists.
And you got Gorgon and Cyclops as your fucking bodyguards just chilling.
Talking about some we're just here for equal opportunity. If you don't
you got Apocalypse behind you in a fucking 3-piece suit. What are you doing here?
You talking about we're just here. It's just peaceful.
It's just peaceful. It's just talks. I'm like, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I was super staring at your child murderer standing behind you. Continue.
Oh, I was listening to a podcast. I'm mad I didn't catch this. Did you ever read a Hickman Shield book?
Not all the way through. I read random issues and picked up here and there. I know it happens through osmosis, because the motherfuckers who talk about it, they never shut the fuck up about it.
I'm one of those people, but maybe not to that degree. But I was laughing at the fact that I'm mad I didn't pick up on this. Like when they do in the background, because Leonardo da Vinci was the person that founded Shield or whatever, right? Every time they go back in history, there's always like Apocalypse in some way, shape, or form in the background of fights and shit. And I'm mad I didn't catch that. And it was like, yeah, every time there's like a background fight in some history of time, Apocalypse is just there chilling.
Because what's the joke? What's Apocalypse's power? To make superheroes look competent?
Yeah, like he fought, like he helped Shield fight the Brood, and I'm like, so did Apocalypse not know about that, or he just didn't give a shit? It was like, yeah, whatever. I was there.
Didn't give a shit. I was like, whatever.
I was there.
I'm old.
I fought the Brood. That was a fine fight. It was great.
Yeah, Egypt shit is what I do.
Yeah, he was actually in his Egyptian like era apocalyptic guard when he did that. I was like, all right, cool. That's fine,
Which, by the way, underutilized because I like that look.
Very underutilized. Yeah, it really is. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that for Kang for the new
when
one.
He's Rama-Tut. So do you think we're gonna get all the Kangs, or do you think we're just gonna get like a select grab bag of which, by the way, before I say, not a fan of 4 perfect cosplay Kang. Not a fan.
I'm surprised I didn't see a lot of those cosplays at BlurCon. I didn't see no Kang cosplay.
It's coming. You just wait. They probably didn't. They probably have enough time to get their bathrobes ready, but it's coming.
Don't do that, Prime, because now you're making me want to go as Kang and be like, "Who are you, Kang?" All right, whatever. That's cool. We might get Iron Lad.
That's what I say. You think we're gonna get Iron Lad? You think we're gonna get Rama-Tut? Are we gonna get what's the other armored one? God
damn it.
It's
God damn, you're gonna make me fucking look it up now. Fuck.
Listen, I gotta look it up. It's not Rama-Tut, it's the fucking armored one who looks like a fucking Centurion.
Oh, let me find it. Scarlet Centurion.
Is that one? Is that it? Because I say it looks like a fucking Centurion. Is it Scarlet Centurion?
Yes, Scarlet Centurion. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel
I know comic books.
I feel Ant-Man Quantumania is going to set up the Iron Lad version of Kang, because they're gonna have Cassie in the movie, and they're setting up Young Avengers, obviously. So
I feel like this is my theory, and unlike other people, if I'm wrong, I will note that I'm wrong.
I mean, you don't have a Shaq percentage, so you're pretty good for the most part on that. I mean,
I feel like every time we see Kang is going to be a different variant.
It's gonna probably be the same actor, but they're gonna have
so it's gonna be the same actor, but it's gonna be like a different alias. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp might be Rama-Tut, and then he might pop up in another movie as
Scarlet Centurion.
And then when they lead into like the big Avengers event, then he'll be Kang the Conqueror. Which, by the way, like, I can't be that excited about Kang in the MCU because, like I said, all the characters that I want to see him interact with, they're gone. And
we ain't gonna get Doom unless they surprise us and he gets an interaction with Doom.
That's what I'm saying. And then unless this is all leading into the Kang dynasty, then what are we doing? But if that's not the end goal, if that's not what you're leading into, then why are we here? Why are we bothering?
The only reason why I say we'll probably get that is, hey, we got the Infinity Gauntlet. So we might get a variation of the Kang dynasty. It might not be the King. I feel that
if I don't see a giant Captain America fighting Kang, why am I here? Why am I even in the theater?
If I don't get giant Sam Wilson punching Kang, I need that black on black violence. All right, that's all I need. I need that.
I mean, if we're not leading to the sword of Damocles, like if we're not doing any of that, like the fucking assault on Washington, if we're not doing none of that, then why are we here? Why are we here?
I'm just saying. You're
just wasting my time. You fucking give me blue balls.
We
my balls are bluer than Kang's face. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
By the way, folks, Kang's face isn't necessarily blue. That's a mask. Just FYI. Just hope people know that, because everybody's like, Kang ain't black, he's blue, and I'm like, God, you read comics, right? Like, it's a mask. That's
play. And then also, like, maybe I'm alone on this, and I was really bothered after I saw that fucking headline about what he did to prepare for the role. I don't like non-offensive, shook and jiving, jokey, non-threatening black man. He who remains, like,
I got Willy Wonka vibes from that. More
I
so
did, and I got so fucking bothered because then I remember fucking Kang from Earth Mighty's Heroes, and I was like, damn, is he gonna ever have that much swag? He's gonna be that smooth?
I feel we're gonna get that.
Fuck. And I just really hate that fucking trope of like, oh, it's an all-powerful person. He's all fucking quirky and he's eating an apple. And I'm like, fuck off. Fuck off.
I feel this building up to that. Like, if we do get the Earth's Mightiest Hero Kang as like the in-game thing, I'm like, all right, cool. You got me. I
was like, fuck, like, you remember?
Because
that fight when he first popped up, like that fucking swag, that fucking machismo, that fucking menacing ass presence that he fucking had.
Dude,
when he's like, look, look, you're not supposed to be here. So I'm gonna push your shit all the way in.
Oh, that's a nice hammer. Nah, sorry, bro. That's not happening. I'm like,
look at my technology.
tech. I may not be the person for the hammer, but my technology says otherwise. We're done.
Get that shit out of here. Rejected.
Did you get the
Was
Green Arrow? Was it the 50th? Is it the 50th?
The 80th. It's the 80th.
80th.
I did not get it, but I have read a couple of the stories and I thumbed through them. It's okay, not bad.
Yeah,
some stories better than other. The Denny O'Neil one got me.
I like that one. That one was actually pretty dope.
That one kind of fucked me up. I'm not gonna bullshit you. That's
kind of. Did you have the Batman at the end of Flashpoint where he just had a tear in his eye? Like, who sent this?
That single, like little single glint. Like, yeah, that kind of wrecked my shit that day.
Oh man,
not gonna lie.
I bought the variant with the Green Arrow, Green Lantern cover because I actually like that book. Cause I actually remember reading it, and I was like,
it's a good book.
Traveling around the country, Green Arrow telling Green Lantern about, hey, minorities, they're getting fucked up out here. You might want to pay attention to that, Hal. Just saying.
But I'm the bigger picture. Like, what's it like? You care about the purple man, but what about the black man?
Man, the black man over here. It's like people are hurting too, which I will always appreciate. The Justice League book. I will always appreciate the Justice League cartoon for leaning into that on Ollie, where he was like, "Yeah, I'm just the."
The only thing that was okay, it's like, Justice League Unlimited is my favorite DC show. It's one of my favorite cartoons of all time.
I love it.
The only thing that I would say if I had to nitpick that I had a problem with is that we didn't get a proper Hawkman. So we didn't get Hawkman and Green Arrow going at each other like in the comic books. Because I remember them shits. Them shits was my jam back in the day. I think they hated each other's fucking guts.
You and I both know Hawkman as a character has a very muddled history in DC. So they had to like that cartoon. It was like, all right, just go Carter Hall because we really don't want to have to dive into this wacky history.
You could have simplified. Like, can I just get Hawkman, please?
No, they was like, nah, we're gonna go with Carter Hall. He's a archaeologist that happens to love Hawk Girl.
Like, I don't care. Like, I mean, and then he didn't even stay around. I was like, that's fucked up.
We came that last episode. It was like, it's my day off, and they need my help. Let me go ahead and get dressed.
Which I saw recently. I reread Hawk World. Have you ever read Hawk World?
I did not.
I'll recommend Hawk World.
All right, I'll read it.
So it's about Kator, his the alien Thanagarian cop. And it's dealing with a lot of social inequality, social injustice, and it's about like it's actually a book about class warfare, the haves and have-nots. It's like such a good fucking book. Rereading it now recently, especially now in 2021, like it's a brand new fucking lens. Like holy shit, nothing changes. The world really is a cycle. And just read how they go into detail about the societal structure on Thanagar. How they go into like in the class system and like the architecture, like all the world building and the history and the shit. I was like, man, this would make an awesome ass movie. Too bad they won't do it because they're fucking cowards. Absolute fucking cowards. Oh, we can do an actual like social conscious take on a superhero and use Hawkman? Nah, let's just reboot Batman again for the 30,000th time. Fucking assholes. You fucking cunts. You all make me sick.
So good news, Prime. Hearing good things about the Suicide Squad movie, which I'm happy about. I asked a friend about some spoilers of who dies and stuff. I asked about Captain Boomerang. I'm pissed off that my friend couldn't give me a confirm or denial, and I'm even more pissed off. I'm like, I swear to God, if Prime's right that he gets killed, I'm gonna be so mad.
He dead as hell. So now
that is a character that always survives the bullshit. I'm like,
that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. He always survives. That's the thing. Like Captain Boomerang, either he's gonna die and we're not gonna see him again, or we're gonna think he's dead and there's gonna be some coda because Boomerang always comes back.
It was like the last DC animated movie was him and King Shark's last. People was like, of course Captain Boomerang survived that shit. Of course he'd be the only one.
Or was it that reason? Not the most recent one, but it was like the Suicide Squad series before this new one, where in like the opening arc, it looks like Captain Boomerang died, but he didn't.
Yeah, he did. It's like
that's what Captain Boomerang does. Boomer always comes back.
Survives.
But these other movies, and Oh, he's a boomerang man. He's so, and I'm so mad. He was like one of the best parts of that fucking movie.
They say gun,
like,
but he did say gun lean into Captain Boomerang in the sequel.
Y'all think I'm bullshitting? Hold on, y'all think I'm bullshitting?
Oh, you got the figure?
I think I'm bullshitting. When I shit you not, when I say like he was one of my favorite parts of that fucking movie.
Dude. John Courtney was great as Boomerang and stuff. They did say James Gunn he did a good job with the character. He does do more of his Boomerang shtick than what the first movie did, where it's like Boomerang, what's that? Like, come on, guy, like it's Captain Boomerang. Show some respect.
I'm like, look, I'm sorry, like it's not the Boomerang. I'm sorry. To me, it's not the Suicide Squad if it's not Deadshot and Boomerang somewhere. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's not. It's just not. It's just
giving each other shit the whole time. I mean,
oh my god, like I recently reread like the first arc from Osterman. Like, oh, so fucking good. So it's good shit. It's good shit.
I mean, look, D will tell you, like, I was giddy as shit when I saw James Gunn's lineup for the squad. And again, maybe because I've read Suicide Squad, all iterations and stuff. People didn't understand why I was excited. I was like, bro, guys, you don't understand. It's fucking Polka Dot Man. I was really like, yo, can I get Kite Man, please? Like, that would be great.
Fuck yeah.
Give me Condiment King, please. Why not?
My thing is though, Dave DeSmalchin, how many DC villains is you trying to be, bro? How many? I need a number. Just give me a total number. When is enough is enough?
It's like give me
Dave. Stop it.
It's like give me all your E and F list villains, and I will put them in a movie immediately, please. They said Starro is actually pretty good, but jury's out. I'm gonna wait till I actually see it before I make the judgment call. So
yeah, same here. That's like I hope they don't play him as a joke, because like I'm also still kind of mad that he wasn't the reason for the aggro Batman and BVS, but you know.
I mean, I did like how they did. I did like how they made Bloodsport like the guy like in the comic that shot Superman with the kryptonite bullet. I was like, okay, I'm with that. I mean, did you shoot him?
It's probably going to be better than the fucking what they did with him on CW. So but then that's not a hard bar to pass. It's not a hard bar, not at all.
And that's even with the Superman actually being pretty good in Superman and Lois too. So,
and look, my thing about this, like, I'm so worried that show's gonna start sucking ass. Like
that's what sucks. This is what sucks about me and you talking about this, and you putting the worry in me now. It's like, and I'm optimistic as shit about these shows. I'm like,
the show is so good right now, but man, it's gonna get so. It's gonna happen.
Like,
the shoe gonna drop.
What are they gonna do in the second season? It's like, and the Suns have been pretty good in the season too. So I'm like, they're gonna.
I disagree. They're like the worst part of the show for me. Like I feel like if they weren't in the show would be a whole lot better. Because like. The Superman and Lois shit is spectacular. Like,
oh yeah, especially the backstory they did,
or like the shit when Lois is actually being Lois fucking Lane,
investigative reporter.
Like that episode when she was talking to the editor from the newspaper, and the editor was like, "Lois, I can't go to this shit because you got a fucking gut feeling." Like they had an actual discussion. A debate, there was pushback. I was like,
a 15-minute discussion. It was a 15-minute scene. They talked about it.
It was like, look, Lois, we can't do this. Like, this is what I think. This is my evidence. She's like, I don't know, we can't go on about this. So, like, they had an actual debate going back and forth. If this was Supergirl, they would have been like,
2 minutes.
You're right. 2 minutes. You're right. We should do what you say. And we just emotionally validated her and just followed along with whatever she said, because there'd been no pushback. Because rah girl power bullshit. Go fuck yourself.
I mean,
so the fact that Lois is an actual character, and the fact that she's doing Lois Lane shit, it shouldn't be mind-boggling, but it is because it's the CW.
Whoever the writers are, I mean, congratulations. I mean, granted, I am still kind of curious on the black woman that got bounced from the show. Like, what was she trying to go for? Because part of me feels maybe she had a hand in trying to do more with John Henry Irons, but back before we knew it was John Henry Irons, we thought it was supposed to be Lex Luthor. So I'm wondering maybe she had a hand in having more to do with his character, and maybe they pushed back on that. I don't know.
Because
that's still a mystery to this day. What happened?
Because she was talking. Because I remember her making us think about how how it portrays black men, and I'm like, but all the black men in the show have been amazing. What are you talking about, lady? I mean, because even the fucking bully, even that fucking bully. He's a fucking nuanced and layered character. Like,
it isn't just like, oh, I'm black, punch. It's like, oh no.
He's just like, yo, dude, why are you trying to kiss my girlfriend? Like, what the fuck?
It's like, bruh, like, yo, not even like on some she's my girlfriend because I say so. It's like, no, they have a relationship. Like, what's
He was
going
like,
on
yeah,
here,
we're
dude?
in a relationship. Like, she like, I care about my girlfriend. Why are you touching my girlfriend, dude? What the fuck?
It's like,
And
it's
then after that,
creepy.
he became friends with them. They were friends. It's like, huh?
Shocker.
Wow. He's actual a layered and complex. He showed concern. Like, or when the Asian dude was having that problem, like he is an actual flesh and blood character with agency and thought.
That's why I'm
Again,
like,
I shouldn't say this, but it's shocking because it's the CW.
so what's that second season looking like, C-Dub?
Oh, it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be. It's gonna. I guarantee you, season 2 is gonna be the lowest show because that's what we all thought. We all thought like it's gonna be this lame ass version of Superman, being led around with his nose wide open from his wife. But no, they're an actual couple. They have actual couple conversations. Sometimes Clark is right. Sometimes Lois is right. Sometimes they're both wrong. Sometimes they're both right. Sometimes they just have to meet in the middle. It's an actually well-written show. Look, dude, I lost my fucking shit. That episode where they got into was there Sarah, Lana's daughter?
Yeah, I think it's Lana's daughter.
Yeah, Lana's daughter Sarah. When she had a conversation with Lana about how she had a fear of not ending up like her. Dude, the fact that conversation felt so authentic, it felt so fucking real. It was a moment of, it was, action being brought out through character discussion and characters feeling like actual characters and not, fucking mouthpieces for the right. It blows my fucking mind how good that show is. It's fucking phenomenal. Season finale, when the show starts to suck, I'm gonna have to come over here and apologize to you all, but I am calling it. It's gonna happen. It's the CW. It's gonna happen. Maybe not season 2, maybe not season 3, but the show is gonna suck soon.
I have been reading The Signal, Duke Thomas's book, Daytime Batman.
Daytime Batman.
I mean, he is daytime.
You mean
Batman.
own hours Batman? Day shift Batman.
His day shift Batman. Bruce goes to sleep at 6 a.m. and it's like, hey,
he's
Duke,
like, clock
in,
Duke. Your shift's up, bro.
I mean, Duke has his own little mini cave, got a bike and everything. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Well, so I was reading that Batman the Outsiders book that was basically the Black Lightning flirting with Katana book. I'm
mad Batman
which is I'm here for that.
I'm here for it. I'm just
is it going to continue? Can I get some more of it?
I'm just mad that group got disbanded. That was on some grand opening, grand closing shit. I was like, just disbanded the team. It was like, this is great. Like,
I tell you what, they fucked up at. You fucked up at. You had an Outsider book without Metamorpho. That's where you failed. That's what happened. That's where you got off the reservation.
I think DC was like, it's like somebody at DC was like, you know what? It's like they did it on a dare. Let's do an Outsider book with no Metamorpho. A dare was
an Outsider book that's primarily Batman characters. The fuck are you doing? Because I've been rereading the old Outsiders. It's like the old Outsiders is called Batman and the Outsiders, but I'm like, Batman's barely in this fucking book.
even beware the Batman knew well to put fucking Metamorpho in the show with Katana and do
you
it.
Got Katana. Come on, you got Katana, you got Batman, you got Outsiders, you got to have Metamorpho. I'm just
Brave and the Bold did the same thing. It's like, oh shit, we got the Outsiders, dope. It's like, come on, you have to include Metamorpho. Even Justice League Unlimited did it, and we, come on.
That's just fucking again. It's not the Outsiders without Metamorpho, just like it's not the Suicide Squad without Boomerang and Deadshot.
It's like Fantastic Four.
I don't make the rules. I just report on them.
It's like Fantastic Four without the Thing. It's like, why would you not include the Thing in your Fantastic Four? You need the Thing. Like, come on, like that's the heart of the team.
Now, I've been reading the new Flash book that has
how
Wally
is
West.
that? Because everybody's been praising that book.
It has been a great book. Again, blessed be the hard work of the people rehabilitating Wally West after the assassination he's experienced at the hand of Thomas King. And so the book right now is like, it's Wally quantum leaping through time / the multiverse,
jumping in other people's bodies.
Jumping in other people's bodies.
Oh, he really is? I was just bullshitting on that.
No, that's right now. That's the opening arc. I think the arc just ended in the annual. I need to read the annual, but like the two best issues so far have been the one when he jumped into the JSA, where he was with it was Green Lantern and was it the Ray? was it the Ray? No, I'm sorry, it was the Flash. Ugh, the Flash and the Ray. Why am I thinking about Green? I'm thinking about something else. So it was the Flash and the Ray, and then there was another issue where he jumped into the Super Friends cartoon into Reverse Flash trying to join the Legion of Doom.
Wow.
All I gotta say is it's good shit. And I'm really appreciating a lot of the hard work they're doing, and a lot of it is also dealing with a lot in Flash lore. So there was also a scene where Wally jumped to the future and he met Kingdom Come Kid Flash, who is, if you know, is his daughter.
Yeah.
And they have a really great conversation. It's so good to see my boy being done justice after being done dirty for so long, you know. So I'm a little emotional.
It's great.
Immortal Hulk is coming to an end at issue, I think 50.
Dude,
I think we just had the penultimate issue.
I gotta catch up on it, but like, dude, that's been a hell of a run.
It's been like, if you had, like, when I first heard the synopsis, I didn't want to read it. But after I read that first issue, I didn't know this was a Hulk book that I wanted. Now, has every issue been like out of the park? It's been amazing? No, not every issue. Has been some slow issues, some slowdown. But has the book been a consistent, refreshing, continuity feel, like respecting the lore of the Hulk and just maybe examining some things in a new light? It's been a phenomenal book. And this most recent issue, that's what I'm saying. Al Ewing is that comic book writer everybody talks about that they want, but they never read his books.
Ironically,
like, he's, every time somebody describes what kind of comic book writer they want, I'm like, oh, that's just Al Ewing. Why aren't you reading his shit?
It's like, who's that? Who's that again? It's like, that's Al Ewing. You might want to read up on him.
Might want to get his shit. And so, like, this most latest issue had an awesome, and again, I like moments being told through character. It was a talk with Betty and Joe Fixit about, you know, their relationship, or Betty's relationship with Bruce and his alters. It's good shit. It's just good shit.
I mean, dude, his whole Ultimates run was dope as shit. Like that, like the aspect of it ending with them fighting the Ultimates from the Ultimate Universe at the end of it, I was like, well, that's kind of full circle.
That's how it goes. And speaking of fighting stuff from other universes, so Heroes Reborn was a wet fart.
Yeah, as soon as I found out that it wasn't even in continuity, I was like, well, there's no point in me reading this shit. This just,
well, the only thing it did at the end was it set up the Council of Mephistos.
So like the Council of Reeds, we get
the Council of Reeds, the Council of Kangs. So the Council
of Reeds. At least the Council of Reeds had a basis that was formed. That was, well, it was really like a long game running on that.
And what gets me is that it's the Council of Mephistos, but it's 616 of them. And I'm like, Jason Aaron, you couldn't do 666? Like, that's such
Mark of the Beast right there.
I'm like, 666 Mephistos? And like, do you think there are 616 Marvel universes? No, that's not how that works. No.
Oh, yo, Mad Chocolate said the best. It's like, Al Ewing got me reading the X-Men spinoff, and I hate the X-Men. Like, goddamn. That's how you know that's how you know
Al Ewing, bro.
Serious, I think people see this. Al Ewing got me reading. that is the power of a good writer, when it's like, hey, what is this? Let me check this out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he is the fucking writer everyone talks about that they want. Like, what's the fucking joke? It's him and Jeff Johns. They're Brian Michael Bendis' Bizarro.
It's like the 180 from Brian Michael Bendis. It's like, Bendis has good ideas. It's just
oh my, so like his fucking Justice League book, I'm reading it. It's garbage. And
you ain't the only one that said this, because people have been more nicer to it about it. Like, it's mid. That is like the word I've heard. But you say this, yeah.
So again, I'm about things being shown, not told. So the arc is about some warlord from Naomi's dimension who was doing incursions, trying to find a new, world for his people to live in.
Okay.
And he talks like a fucking surfer dude, bro. Like, oh man, geez, guy, because that's so quirky. Isn't that so original? A big tough dude who talks like a surfer guy. Isn't that awesome? When Josh Whedon did it 20 years ago.
Sir, he who shall not be named should not be named. Sorry, I'm joking, guys. I will say Josh Whedon. Josh Whedon was a dumbass fucking person. Maybe I feel people overvalued him
He was, like I always say, like I feel like when the more you hear about Joss Whedon, the more I feel like the reason that Buffy, Angel, and Firefly was so good is probably in spite of him, is probably because he surrounded himself with people like David Fury and Jane.
I looked at him and said, "No."
What is Jane's last name? Is it Jane Epperson?
It might have been Epperson. Yeah, I think it is Epperson.
Yeah, so it's probably David Fury and David and Jane putting in the good work, making sure the shows are all good. But like I said, I can separate the art from the artist because this artist is a dickhead. And what gets me is that I thought we all knew this years ago when his wife came out. I'm sorry, his ex-wife came out and shamed him, and when Charisma Carpenter came out 3 times. Calling him a piece of shit.
If you were in the nerd fandom during the good old message board days and stuff, Charisma Carpenter let the chopper loose even back then.
She was constantly roasting the fuck out of this man. That's what
we're talking before, and we're talking before the Comic-Cons became the big thing. She was roasting his ass,
bro. We talking about back in the days. I'm gonna show my fucking age. We're talking about the days of fucking Zentertainment,
man.
Back that far back.
And the thing that I think the kicker is, and I told people this. And that's probably why when she came out recently, I kind of shrugged. I was like, "Well, I've been fucking like, that shit."
We knew this. Everybody's so shocked.
But the kicker is like we got social media now. So now that everybody has access to it, because even when Josh joined in on the MCU, I remember me and D were talking about this. And I was like, "Yeah, Josh Whedon ain't shit, right?" D was like, "Yeah."
I was like, "Yeah, he's fucking piece of shit."
So
like, we all knew.
So I can appreciate what he did to the MCU to the degree that he did, but I can, like you said, I can separate the fact that he's also a fucking dumbass piece of shit,
fucking
garbage
person.
So I'm not gonna because it's like everybody discounted him writing Black Widow. I'm like, no, Black Widow was fine. Granted, you can like, hey, you shouldn't have made those decisions that you made in Age of Ultron.
Although I find it really curious that people are praising Black Widow for a change that he instituted, but when he did it, y'all were calling him all kinds of fucking names.
But a child of God, everything but a child of God.
Isn't that funny, huh? How time does things. I remember y'all calling him all types of shit, like every name was a shit. Like, how dare you use Natasha? But then now you're like, oh, this is so empowering. Really fascinating, fucking fascinating. Okay. Unlike you all, I have a memory that goes back more than last week. I
remember early Twitter. Motherfuckers were roasting his ass for that shit. So now it's okay, guys. All right, cool.
I'm like, I remember. Again, what's my say on this podcast? I see you and I see your fucking bullshit.
Because trust me, hey, look, trust me. This is why I'll own up to my bullshit. Because I remember how I was wilding out on 3 Bag Beats Twitter before I got my own Twitter. I said some shit that was wild as shit. So I will never sit there and be like, I never said that. I'm like, no, I said that shit.
No, I stand by my shit posts, sir. I stand by them all.
I said that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I was like, what's that fucking meme? Was this you? Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Why, yes, that is me.
That was like if 3BG ever got to like big time, somebody brought tweets, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I said that shit.
I mean, I don't want to call names out, Colonel, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, this is like, come on. It's like, look, we even reasonable MCU fans, we want better for the MCU. It's just the hardcore folks, and that's for any fandom.
Like, I don't want to use this term, and I don't use it lightly, but shills.
Yeah, it's just shield. You get shills on both sides. It's like, look, I talked my shit about the fucking Snyder Cut. I don't think it was that great, but Snyder Cut Shields was thinking that shit was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm like, what was it?
It wasn't. I mean,
was it better than wheat? Was it better than wheat?
Yeah, but then that's not a hard bar to pass.
The bar ain't hard to pass when you got 4 hours of content here. Like, come on, like.
Although I do question the need to Snyder. Do we need to have the sexual harassment Aquaman sweater sniffer? Do we need to have that scene? Because that shit made me feel very uncomfortable. I was like, ma'am, that's basically rape, ma'am. Ma'am, you're raping that man's sweater. Ma'am.
This is where I had unpopular opinion. And again, I'm gonna tell folks, you can meet me at high noon. Say what you will about Whedon's version of Flash landing on Wonder Woman's boobs. Yes, it was low-hanging fruit. Yes, it was very crass. I'll take that versus the glizzy scene with Flash and Iris and the hot dog and shit. 8 days a week.
I'm gonna have to disagree on that, bro.
Really? Wow.
I'm sorry, because again, I'm coming from a place of a comic book reader. Iris West and Barry Allen are soulmates. They are meant to be together.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So like that's his lightning rod. They are bound to each other.
Okay.
Was the scene long? Yes, it was. But it was long as fuck. But I had such an amazing time seeing the Flash's power on display in that way. So we got to see on the big screen how the Flash experiences the world. Because like he does have time to fuck around like that. Like he's moving that fast. Like he can't like just move things. He can take a moment to appreciate. Like, damn, she fine in a motherfucker.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Fair. It's just the scene was so long. I was like,
yeah, but I do agree that scene was long in the motherfucker. Like, goddamn. I get the intent.
I can go to the bathroom and come back. I can go to the bathroom and come back, and I'm like, damn, he still ain't finished. Like, all right.
And then also, what I liked about it is that it shows that what the Flash is always doing. The Flash is always thinking. So he has time to save Iris because he's that fucking fast. And he's like, ah, shit, I still need this job. Let me grab a couple of these hot dogs.
See, I fed the dogs. It's great, right? It's great. It's cool. But no, it's just it's anything with fandom. It's
again, thank you. So I see people complain about the Flash scene, but the same people I've seen like praising the Quicksilver scene from Days of Future Past. I'm like, bro, come on, y'all. Come on.
Granted, no, the only reason why I give the Quicksilver scene BS, I'm like, Quicksilver does not have Speed Force, but whatever.
Movie. I'm sorry. The first one he did, and the first time he did. The second one, that was the Flash. Like, don't bullshit me. Fox.
Okay, you know what? You're right. You're right.
That's the first one, Days of Future Past, that was an excellent scene. The second one, in Apocalypse, that's Flash. Go fuck yourself, Fox. That's not Quicksilver. You can go fuck off.
Yeah, I think it was the second one. I was like, so he got the Speed Force now. He can do.
That's basically like. So hold on, dog.
I know you're fast, but not that goddamn fast.
Quicksilver's fast. He ain't that goddamn fast.
Hell, I even saw the fucking damn comic book beatdown that fucking Bat in the Sun group does, and Quicksilver lost that shit to the fucking Flash horribly.
I'm sorry.
It's no contest, dog.
I'm sorry. It's no contest. Like it's
any version of the Flash, by the way.
Any version. Just grab you random Flash. Ain't no way in hell.
Even the Flash the Flash that didn't get struck by lightning will still be out for Quicksilver.
Jay Garrick on down. Smoking the shit out of Quicksilver's ass.
Retired Jay Garrick, old. My back is hurting.
I'm gonna say Jay Garrick when his powers are disappearing. Fucking in the fucking 90s. You remember that shit in the Flash when Mark Waid was writing it? When he was like, I don't run as fast as I used to, but I'm still gonna smoke this nigga. My boy Jay so fucked up.
That was old man strength right there. He was like, yeah, I still got it. Let's go.
Like, you can see these nuts, whippersnapper. Boom, 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 boom.
Dude, that was Captain Midland's energy right there. That's why I was looking at the MCU. I'm like, yo, the MCU does not give me old grizzled Captain Midlands. I'm gonna be so mad. Don't give me some Henry Cavill, young suave fucking Captain Midlands. Give me old Steve Rogers like you made fucking dude at the end of Endgame. Give me that. Just give me old grizzled Captain Midlands. Like he might be diet racist, possibly. I don't know. Maybe
diet racist.
I don't know. I got that vibe from him during the Captain Britain and MI6 fucking thing.
He wouldn't say nigger, but he'll put that hard B on boy though.
Surprised he didn't call Blade boy when he was fucking with Captain Britain and them and shit. I was really shocked. I was like,
y'all missed that era. Bro, I missed that era. I missed that run.
Bro, Captain Britain and MI6 was fucking hilarious. First off, folks, I want people to understand this, right? I want people to understand this is right around the time when Secret Invasions has happened, and Captain Britain was like, "Yeah, we need Blade on this team," and they had to fucking bring in Blade on the plane, and Blade literally was like, "Yeah, so Secret Invasion was happening with the Skrulls, and you guys you pulled me away from America to help you out, like what the hell's going on, guys?"
I'm quitting Crunchy, British motherfucker. How about that? People forget, y'all do know Blade is British. Y'all do know he's right.
He's British.
He's British. Y'all do. All right. No, y'all didn't know that. Okay.
Prime. But the actor playing Blade is not British, sir.
Oh, you're right, because we're all baby smooth brains. You got to be exactly as the character is, otherwise it doesn't count. My bad.
Personally, to me, I don't give a shit. It's Cottonmouth. That motherfucker can. That dude can play fucking Superman for all I give a shit. You know how I feel about fucking color-coded Superman. I was like, if you told me Cottonmouth was gonna be Superman, it's like, all right, fine, I'll watch it.
I'm glad you brought that up because like I was talking with my wife the other day about how our boy JJ and Ta-Nehisi is doing a Superman movie, and like,
I mean, good on Ta-Nehisi for getting a gig. I mean,
but my thing is like, as a creator, like even before it was announced, we were like, Ta-Nehisi Coates doing a Superman movie. We all said, "Oh, it's gonna be a black Superman." Like, as a creator, how fucking boring and predictable are you for all of us to immediately call? Like, look, there's one thing to go if you hear a creator for like, let's say like, even like Brian Michael Bendis or Tom King or Jeff Johns or Grant Morrison. Like, if they're announced on something, we're going, oh, I wonder what they're gonna do. Like, we can think about, oh, they've done this in the four. They like, how are they gonna do? You hear Ta-Nehisi Coates just immediately go, oh, black. Like, how fucking
But here's the thing, though.
Boring are you?
Which sucks because he's finishing up his Captain America run. That shit's been fucking phenomenal. So it's like,
I think it just like, look, I've had my issues with Ta-Nehisi and some of his choices when writing comics. Have I liked all of his choices? No. Has he done a lot of interesting ideas? Yes. That last issue of that Captain America, as a matter of fact, I thought was really interesting because he was tackling the idea of the new age internet neo-Nazi and how to and ways of tackle and defeat that. Did he provide perfect solutions? No. Was it an interesting story? Kind of, sort of, yeah. Was that conversation between Red Skull and Cap dope? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Plus, it got Fox News fucking Jimmy's in a bunch. So
they got mission accomplished. Twisted into a goddamn pretzel. Bro, they was in their emotions about that shit, bro.
Dean Cain, Superman, I might add, was fucking in his feelings. I'm like, yo, Dean, what are you talking about? Like, first off, you don't even look like you read comics, so why are you even commenting? First off, like,
I'm gonna say, Dean, bro.
You're giving Kevin Sorbo a run for his money, dog. Don't do this.
Stop ruining Lois and Clark for me, bro. I love that show. How dare you, sir? You're being fucking selfish right now. You're doing
what Kevin Sorbo did for Hercules. I'm starting to hate Hercules right now. Stop talking.
And I'm so mad about that shit because, like, look, Hercules' Legendary Journeys and Lois and Clark, that was a big part of my fucking childhood, bro.
Dude, that's the reason.
Please stop killing my childhood, y'all. Please.
Dude, I swear to God, if fucking Adrian Paul comes out as Mog, I'm gonna be mad. I'm like, you're gonna make me hate Highlander, aren't you? I
swear, if he comes out and go, oh yeah, I post on the poll board on 4chan all the time, it's like, oh god damn it.
Like, make me hate Highlander. I hate you.
If he comes out as a QAnon, I'm done. That's it. I'm like, you know what? I'm burning all my DVDs. I'm burning all my
VHS but Ta-Nehisi Coates, I think with him is he's doing. I gotta be honest with you. He's living a dream of somebody that wants to write comics. It's like, man, first you got Black Panther, you got Captain America, now you're on Superman. And I think he kind of pigeonholed himself. I don't think it's his fault, but I think it's just because like I said, he got better with Black Panther, which is way quicker than most people that never written comics do, which that's a credit to his writing.
And like, no disrespect to him, but I also feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, comment if I am, I got no problem with it, but I feel like a lot of editors at Marvel are afraid to edit.
They are afraid.
They like, I don't know, like afraid. It's like some of the books I'm reading now, like they'll be okay, or they'll be fine, or they'll be completely awful and terrible. And the only thing that would have helped them is just edit them. Just rein your writer in. Just like, hey, don't do this.
I'm looking at
don't have Patsy complained about Tony, the white privilege, and about being rich when she's also a rich white person. That's not good optics. Like
you have to get somebody that's actually good at writing for that to work. You can't just throw it in there because on one, when it's poorly written, a lot of the people that talk about keep fucking politics out of my comic books, they're going to chime in and be like, see, I told you it's not going to be in there. And it's like, no, I see what they were doing. It's just, it's not written that good. Or like you said, it's just not edited in a way that actually it will make it come across better.
I know, just like that's all they need. Just like, don't be afraid of these people. Tell them no. Like, and you know what? And we talked about this because right now I think at Marvel and DC, because they had those bloodlettings, a lot of those layoffs.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of the editors who are running the ship now are inexperienced, and they don't have backbone, and they just want to go like, oh, I want to be the hip cool boss. No, your job is to be a boss. So when your writer comes to you with a stupid ass idea about let me do my cosplay X-Men, maybe tell them no. Maybe say no, we're not doing that. That's a horrible fucking idea. Or when they come to you with an idea for a character's 80th anniversary storybook, for the character to not be featured in the story or to be a damsel in his own celebration book, maybe go, maybe don't do that. We're not doing that.
No, don't. I mean, but that's what happens. Happens when Marvel has
happening all the time.
Happens when Marvel has their Asian editor-in-chief. I'm sorry, that joke
you will respect Akira, goddammit. That man put in good work for the shogunate, sir.
I swear to God, that day when it came out when that old boy was a white dude, it's like I couldn't even be mad. I was laughing my ass off at wow.
Not just a white dude. He's an Omega level weeb.
Man,
Hold on. Y'all think we're weebs?
nigga, my forum handle was Kusanagi because I like the character from fucking KOF. This guy graduated beyond that.
My Yahoo email in high school was "You My Warrior." So you think we're fucking weebs? This nigga, this dude.
Was it Akira? Something? What the fuck was the
Akira,
name?
was it Akira Yoshida? Some shit.
Might as well call himself Mr. Miyagi going in for the interview at this stage. I saw the name. I was like, bro, come on, dog. What are we doing?
I was like, bro, it's like, oh, I'm totally a black person. My name is Walter Jenkins. my name my name is Clementine Smith. I'm totally a black person. Totally.
I mean, the only thing missing was him fucking just Asian washing, like he slants his eyes or some shit. That would have been way worse if he did that shit.
Like, wait, isn't his wife or his girlfriend? Wasn't she also Asian? Didn't he wasn't he doing a bunch of translating and shit? Like, look, that man is a mega level weave. I ain't mad at him, but he's allowed to have a pen name. That's my thing. Like, he's allowed to have a fucking pen name.
Heart in the right place, but bro, you didn't have to do that shit to get the job. Like, I mean, you're white, so white privilege is already you're already kind of like around, pretty much, good to go on that end. They probably would have hired you even if you didn't do that. But I want to know. It's like
had to be authentic.
I need to look at who at Marvel is like. Did y'all not do a Zoom conference with this motherfucker? Y'all just saw the name and was like, all right, cool. All right.
Sure.
That's like me getting a job based off of a fucking Asian name and I roll into work like, yeah, I'm Akira Yoshida. Can I see your ID, sir?
Are you assuming my nationality, sir?
Whoa, buddy.
Sir,
my bad.
Am I not Asian enough for you with my brown skin?
But no, it's like they got Tanahashi on that movie. And I was like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, he's known as the black guy, so we gotta get black. But it's like Tanahashi is the one I worry about. I'm agreeing with you. I'm like, get
JJ, get the fuck away. Because I already told y'all what's gonna happen. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. What's gonna happen is JJ's gonna dust off that outline for that fucking Superman flyby script that he didn't get made X amount of years ago.
What was the script about? Because you probably know more than I do.
I'm flashing back. It's like Superman, like Krypton actually survived, and like they just sent. If this is the script I'm thinking it is. It's like Krypton survived. They just sent Superman away because of a Krypton civil war. There are plenty of Kryptonians. His parents are still alive. There's a fight with a robot scorpion. I think Brainiac was involved. I'm trying to remember because they were trying to do a take on
So he basically got the script from old boy that Kevin Smith was working with and just repackaged it.
Basically, because I think that dude was wanted Superman to fight a spider for years.
Spider.
What's his name? That producer. I mean, I'm glad he finally got it in Man of Steel, so maybe he'll shut the fuck up now.
I forgot, but it was Tim Burton was directing Nick Cage, and I forgot the guy's name. He directed Wild Wild West.
Because he also wanted to have Superman fight a polar bear for some reason. Sure.
I found it. So a look at Abrams' first draft revealed many of the same elements, which years later would make its Star Trek reboot a financial, albeit polarizing success. Like he did in Star Trek, Abrams leaves little chance here, making sure every element of Superman's origin is significant, perhaps too significant, while every relationship is introduced and explained in almost excruciating detail. These incidents of Abrams over-explaining are peppered throughout the draft. Yep, that sounds about right. Yep. Ty-Zor is essentially General Zod, but instead of a mere rival, he's Superman's angrier cousin. Clark's glasses aren't a disguise. Oh, shit. They're custom-made with lead spec lenses to help the young boy control his vision powers. Clark Kent is a college senior with an undeclared major until he runs into feisty journalism student Lois Lane at a frat party, thereby changing the course of his career. Jonathan Kent drops dead from a heart attack. All right. When news of Clark's first excursion as Superman reaches him, Jor-El visited Earth decades earlier to determine whether the Kents were worthy of. Wow, really?
Full Smallville. Went full Smallville. 1000%.
I mean, Smallville.
You never go full Smallville. You never go full Smallville.
Smallville got 10 seasons, Prime. So I mean, I guess it deserves some
I mean,
respect.
again, what the fuck do we know? I'm just a random ass dude. I mean,
I mean,
fuck me,
we
right?
both lived through that WB era of Smallville being permeated through our veins every which way, with the WB Frog promoting it every time.
So, like I'm saying, I think all he's gonna do is gonna just dust off the outlines of that script, give it the time to heat and go, make Clark black, and
Prime,
hoof Pam, thank you, ma'am.
Prime. I'm starting to think that he lucked out with Force Awakens now.
I
I
haven't
like
seen this.
I like Force Awakens
I gotta
too.
send you this video where they talked about. So like, I think we're all right because like how this. I gotta see the video because like the timeline that Disney gave this movie. It's a first of all, it's a miracle it came out at all. It came out at all. Like,
No, I heard about the timeline of it, so I know that much. But I'll definitely check out the video. But it's like I'm like he lucked out with Force Awakens because it's like maybe he has somebody there to kind of wheel him in a little bit compared to what the Superman script is. Because it's like, all right, cool, you gave Clark Kent, Jonathan Kent a heart attack. That's better than all right, cool. But then it's like he got a heart attack from seeing Superman, like Clark being Superman, like
overspent. And like, look, I like his Star Trek movies for what they are because I can compartmentalize them as this is
side stories.
the side story. This is an entirely different universe.
I mean, I did like the third one. I know a lot of people gave it shit. I actually like the third one.
You know what? I don't hate the third one.
Second one I just hated because it's like, bruh, we know it's fucking Khan.
Yeah,
cut the bullshit.
The second one, like, look, I don't hate that movie. I have a lot of problems with the second one. I don't hate it. I felt like he made a lot of questionable decisions. That third one, like you said, yeah, I agree. A lot of people hate it. I don't hate that movie either.
It's a nice side story. That's all it is to me.
I was just gonna say, I feel like it's just a random ass episode of Star Trek.
It really is.
The only issue
special
I
guest
have,
actor Idris Elba.
Yeah, the only issue I have with the third one is like you destroyed the Enterprise again. So that had no impact.
That's a staple.
On me.
That's a staple of Star Trek at this point. It's like destroy the Enterprise. All right, sure.
Since I sleep. And the alien chick, it felt like she wandered in from another movie. Like she didn't belong at all. It was like
that was JJ trying to do Avatar without doing Avatar.
I swear. I was like,
shout out to that chick though, because she was everywhere at that point. So I mean, she did a pretty good job, but it did feel like this did feel like this is a two-part of Star Trek episode featuring Idris Elba.
That's just pretty much what it is. And you know what? And I'm so mad because that's what they should have been doing. They should have been cranking out the moves with their cast. I'm so mad we don't have 12 moves with those.
Well, supposedly the new writer that did WandaVision is doing a new Star Trek with that cast.
Could they not? Please no.
I mean, there's no JJ, so I mean, it could be fine.
I mean, is it gonna end with horror going? They'll never know what you sacrifice for them. What is a torpedo if not a shot persevering?
Sir, it's gonna be Spock saying they never know your valiant effort in his Spock way. I'm just saying.
When I tell you I lost my shit. Like I don't know. What's a more tone deaf moment? Was it that, or was it the I didn't change my ways from Batwoman? Because I want to feel
I didn't change my ways from Batwoman is way worse. At least WandaVision, there was a baseline of like, all right, I see why.
No, I don't know. I feel like the WandaVision one is way worse because Wanda kidnapped those people, and it's like they'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
But that's staple Wanda. But that's staple Wanda though. She don't never give a shit. So I expect that.
They don't care because you fucking kidnapped them, and then she leaves without any accountability.
I mean, let's be real, Prime. Wanda still hasn't been held accountable in the comic books, other than the X-Men fucking throwing shade at her ass, saying, "Yeah, fuck that bitch," basically. So,
well, I mean, Magneto did take her, and like he did technically imprisoned her, while he was like, "So, Wanda, make those powers work for me." But like she did, that was a consequence at the very least. Like she was imprisoned somewhere. I guess, she did face a consequence.
A consequence, but it was the most Prime. That was equivalent of don't do that again.
Well, I mean, you're being taken by your dad, of course, but like she was essentially grounded by Papa.
So stay in your corner for 2 days.
Stay in your corner for 2 days. And then when you're done, you want to remake reality for me, daughter? You want to
give me a little bit of my powers? I'll take it.
Can we just can I get just a crumb of your powers? Just a crumb. Just a crumb. This is just a smidgen of it.
Oh man, Aquaman is starting to film now. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which I'm like,
I mean, we'll see what happens.
are we gonna get Black Manta? Are we gonna get him back?
Is he gonna be the Black Manta? Now I saw a synopsis, well, not a synopsis, but I saw some rumors that it's gonna be the Black Manta movie. They're gonna do a redemption arc for Orm. And who did they say the main villain was gonna be? I don't remember. But when I saw it, I went, yeah, that makes sense. Shit, I can't remember. I apologize. That's how professional I am. Oh, no, what? I'll just leave you wanting more. There you go. Do some research.
Well, real quick, and stuff. We were talking Star Wars. They got Han from Fast and the Furious. He's gonna play one of the Inquisitors in the Obi-Wan series.
That's cool. I'm playing Jedi Fallen Order. I'm loving Star Wars Uncharted.
Oh, don't you mean Star Wars Demon Souls, sir?
You right.
It's only Uncharted with the climbing, but you know, it's a mix of both and stuff. I look, I loved it when I played it the first time. I might play it again for the new updates to that game.
Oh, there are new updates. I gotta look. I gotta finish. I'm just on the planet trying to get my
Well,
spoilers for a game that's 3 years old.
2 years old. What,
I know, right?
Is it 3? Is it 3 or 2?
2019.
2 years old. 2 years old.
2 years old.
Yeah, 2 years old.
Time is just one long moment for me.
2020 was a long year, Prime.
Right? It took. I mean, I feel like 2021 is just 2020 in a
remix.
I know, right? Just 2021 is 3 2020s in a trench coat.
I mean, we got a Delta variant this time, but we can just walk around and everybody's just like, "Fuck your mask," and I'm like, "All right."
I'm gonna say that's how I know if there's ever a zombie outbreak. Like, I just know we're just fucked because like there's a Delta variant, and everybody's like, "Well, I'm done with COVID right now." Yeah, but COVID's not done with us.
The only difference is us that are vaccinated. If we get Delta, we'll be fine. We get a slight fever, but you know, stay in the house, drink some orange juice, we're fine. You didn't get it, well, oh, you're shit out of luck, bro. You're on your deathbed. That's how. At least this time, it's very. Versus last year where you didn't know who got COVID, it turned into a game of tag and shit. This year it's like, oh yeah, you got the Delta, dog. You might be dead. Sorry, man.
I mean, I don't want to get too political, but like over in India, right? You know.
Yeah.
That's what they say. The past is prologue, as they say.
Jedi Fallen Order, though. Yeah.
And yes, there is a big guy in Rusty standing behind me.
But Jedi Fallen Order, what you were mentioning that.
Oh, so Jedi Fallen. So yeah, I'm on the planet where you got to get the saber to repair your the crystal to repair your lightsaber.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm just having a blast, just fucking around with the game. I was, I really thought at the Mandalorian, I didn't think it was gonna be Luke Skywalker. I thought it was gonna be this dude. Showed up.
That would have been interesting. In a way, because that would be, dude, that's like deep cut of deep cuts. Because it's like if you didn't play Jedi Fallen Order, you'd be like, "Who the fuck is this white kid?"
Like, why is the Joker coming to get Baby Yoda?
Sir, that is Jerome, not the Joker. Jerome.
sir, you saw the flash forward, sir. He had the fucking the trench coat with the pen, like from that one Grant Morrison story. That's the goddamn Joker.
Gotham was weird.
It's a weird ass show. You know what? I'm waiting for it to pop up on HBO Max so I can do a rewatch.
I didn't rewatch it because I'm sorry. When I saw Azrael in that show, I was like, this show just went into fucking territory. Just throw everything Batman but Batman in it. And
I know everything
where it falls.
It's everything. Just like why is Asper running around? Why is Clayface? Why is Mr. Freeze running around and there's no goddamn Batman? Man, fuck this show,
dude. I was look. People mistook me being mad, like I was hating. I was like, guys, you don't understand. Like, it just feels weird seeing these villains and no Batman just running around. It just feels weird. It's like, who's gonna face off against these guys? Like, there's nobody there.
This show was so inconsistent. Like, I feel it's like it wanted to like, let's just take Batman everything and put this shit in the blender.
Bro, the first season was so good. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Fish Mooney, new character. All right, fine.
What got me is like all that gangland shit with all those actors from The Wire being fucking fantastic. But then you look on the right hand side, you got all this Batman 666 level shenanigans going on. Like, bro, pick a lane.
Dude, I was fine with it. And it's like this Prime, I swear to God, it's like this writers knew episode 1 of season 2, once Fish Mooney was gone, it was like, All right, is the coast clear? All right, we're gonna go full, like you said, 66 Batman. Let's go. And
And
I
I
was
swear, it's
like,
like
oh.
every character in that show was from an entirely different Batman production. I bullshit you
It's
not.
like
Like
Riddler from season 1 was not the same as season 2. I was like, what happened?
it's like the Riddler was from Batman 66. Jim Gordon was from fucking Nolan Batman movies.
Ready to punch people in the face. I'm like, whoa.
Fucking that Mr. Freeze was from a Tim Burton movie. Like y'all from all you motherfuckers from different Batman shit. Like y'all,
Catwoman was Batman Returns, even though
bruh,
it was mini Catwoman, but they were
bruh, we
trying.
had fucking Lolita Poison Ivy from fucking Gotham High.
Prime. Speed of which, you ready for Poison Ivy in season 3 of Batwoman? It's coming.
Cancel that show. put me out of my misery, please.
I mean, Poison Ivy's having a good time because she's gonna be in part 2 of the Batman Hush.
That's
shit.
nice. Hey, instead of season 3 of Batwoman, why don't you just replace that shit and put DC superhero girls in his air slot instead? Because that show is excellent. That's a very fantastic TV show.
How about you make season 3 Black Lightning and the Outsiders instead of Batman? It's just Batwoman as part of the Outsiders. Fuck it, you might as well.
That's what I'm saying. Just like,
make it a black ass show at this point. Just put in fucking what's his face? God damn, we just said his name too. Wow, Metamorpho, and get Katana from Arrow. Boom, you're there.
Matter of fact,
you're there.
I even give you some concession. You can toss in Mr. Mediocre. He can join in too.
He's making a black ass show. I swear to God,
black as fuck.
We would stand for that show. I don't give a fuck the quality. We will watch the shit out of that.
I know, right? Black Lightning and Outsiders. That show could be dog shit. I'd be like, this is the greatest show on TV right now.
Black as fuck.
This deserves an Oscar. This deserves 17 of them.
Is Diggle coming in the show? All right, cool. Hell, you can give me fucking you can go ahead and bring back fucking a Painkiller. I don't give a shit. Bring him back. I know,
right? Toss in Ragman. Just okay. You gotta just assemble the group. It's all good. You can even do that weird ass green screen shit y'all were trying for that Painkiller spinoff. It's all good.
You know what? Let's talk about that.
What the fuck? Hold on. Let's start off. What the fuck were they thinking? That's my first question.
I saw. Okay, so funny thing. CW had gave me the screener for Painkiller like a couple of weeks.
I apologize. I'm so sorry.
A couple of weeks before, they did for that episode of Black Lightning, right? So I was like, all right, I'll check it out and stuff. So I checked it out and I was watching it, and I was like, so we're in Tron Legacy City, I should say. It was very neon bright.
You mean Walgreens Wakanda?
Apparently it's down the street from fucking Freeland, so I'm like, so let me get this right. Freeland is just dirt poor, but this fucking city is like fucking what, 40 miles away over on the other side. Like,
I was like, so Painkiller was like, I gotta get away from the Pierces. I know, I'll just go one city over.
This is almost like BVS when it was like, so Metropolis is like across the river from Gotham.
I mean, so are they sister cities like Keystone and Central?
All right, cool. So I was watching.
I mean, like I said, cook your meal. I'm not gonna switch it. Cook your meal. I
like the actors that was surrounded by him. I thought they were pretty good and stuff. But then it was like, okay, so like, what is Painkiller fighting against? Like, he's fighting against Bill Duke's niece or whatever and shit. Like, okay, I guess you can maybe get a season or two. I don't know if you can get 3 seasons. And the only way I could see that show actually happening is if they brought in Thunder and Lightning into that actual show.
I mean, that's the only way that show would have survived if you just swung over. Like, first of all, why did that show existed on? Like, why did they think that was a good idea? And why the fuck did they think? Khalil. Look, I like that man's abs too, but come on.
I wish I could get those abs. That'd be great.
I mean, fuck.
But I like cake, so I can't get the abs. It's just...
I'm gonna say, like, cheeseburgers are delicious. I can't. It's never gonna happen.
As long as I'm not fat, I'm fine. But 8-pack. Nah.
I'm gonna say, nah, man. As long as some cheeseburgers still be $2.99, bro. Can't do it.
As long as I can fit that Go Buster suit, I'm fine. I'm good.
Say as long as I can wear my work clothes, I am all right.
But you're right. It's like, hey, we were there for Khalil's abs. That's great. But what else? What else?
And like,
he had tech support, just like Black Lightning in them. So
and I'm just like, if it wasn't like, why did you think that was a good idea? Why did y'all think Green Arrow and the Canaries was a good idea?
At least Green Arrow and the Canaries had promise. I could see it.
I disagree wholehearedly.
I only say that because of who was with her in that show.
And
it would have been more.
You know what? They would not have been on the show. It would have 1000% been her show because she's a young blonde white woman.
Also,
and they would have been.
I kind of wanted them to bring back Huntress in that show. That's why I was kind of rooting for it to come back.
I don't know what the fuck. Did that chick piss somebody off? Like, what the fuck do we not?
Yo, she was fucking badass as shit. I was like, oh, Huntress is out here out for blood. All right, give me more. Let's go.
Say, did she call somebody's mama a hoe on set? Like she left and they was like anti-Huntress. Like, fuck.
She must have pissed off Steve Amell's like wife or something. It was like, I don't want you on the set. Get her off.
I'm gonna say get her out of here. But honey, get her the hell out of here.
She liked my 6-pack abs. She liked the salmon ladder. Nah, get her out of here.
Nah, she gotta go. She got to get the fuck out of here.
Painkiller.
And so then, like, I agree. Like, what was the point? Why does this show exist? Just so you can go. It's another show with a black lead. That's nice.
Black male lead, cool.
There's a lot of those.
Could have pivoted Black Lightning because I think.
I'd rather you just keep Black Lightning, but that's just me.
Look, Black Lightning, I would have gave it at least 2 more seasons before it was done. Personally,
I mean, I felt like it could have gone as long as fucking The Flash. It could have gone as long as fucking Smallville.
At least 7 seasons I could see.
Like I didn't see the steam on the in the engine. Like it still had stuff it could do and tell.
Yeah, look, there were people that I knew that stopped watching after season 2 that saw like the latter half of season 3 with Wayne Brady, and they were like, "Oh shit, what the fuck's going on here?" And then they got back on board. So I don't know.
I don't get it. I just don't understand.
I don't get it. Like that was always the conundrum to me with that. It's like, so we're just all right, cool. But anyways, that was a long way to go about with J.J. Abrams. I don't know what their Superman thing is going to look like. I don't.
I'm going to hazard a guess and say hot garbage.
Yeah, I mean,
I know that
I need a trailer. That's all I need. I need a trailer.
I'm going to say J.J. Abrams making a bad movie. I know that's a bold prediction there. Call me crazy.
I mean, look, bad movies make money too, but like, gotta call it what it is, and stuff. I mean, it is what it is and stuff. I 100% do not get it. So what's funny? So we're talking about Black Widow with Taskmaster and stuff. I said it best with that movie. The Taskmaster fit the story that they were telling, but at the same time, I got the gripes where people were. That's to be honest with you, that's the conundrum with the movie. It's like the movie was fine, but I get some people's gripes with it.
Yeah, what I don't appreciate is that the insinuations or the fact that I have to defend, not even defend, but just like say like I'm upset or I'm disappointed that I wanted to see a comic book character that I like in a comic book movie, and the insinuations are like, oh, that just means you're a misogynist. No, it does not. Because I saw somebody try to push back on me going, well, I thought it was a good twist. And I countered with, well, I think it's a bad twist because this is like the 5th time they've done that. And CJ, did you know that women can do things? Did you know that?
I mean, look, put it this way. It was like this. It was Natasha's Winter Soldier, but it didn't have the bite that Winter Soldier had.
It didn't have the connection.
It was fine. It was kind of like the shrug, like, okay, that works, Budapest, fine. But whatever, it was like,
they want her to have a Winter Soldier, but she didn't have the connection. She didn't have the dynamic, and they didn't have the time to pay off that reveal of that relationship. Yeah. And then, like I say, like when they go like, oh, it's a great twist. Like, what's the twist? Because it's a woman. I'm like, first of all, that suit is clearly a man. And what is the point of hiding the identity of the Taskmaster? What was the point of hiding the gender from the colleagues and the allies? Like what point does that make? Like, why was that a thing? Because when working with them, why does that
I
matter?
like
Why
the
does that care?
ambiguous. I did like the ambiguousness of it.
Unless that reveal was just for the audience and not for the story being told at hand. And
I think it was partially both, because I think it was their way of trying. Because okay, so people don't realize there was actually 2 scripts for Black Widow, and I remember this vividly. The first script, there was a Taskmaster was supposed to be a black dude.
supposed to be the arms dealer dude, because he's still modeled in the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that was the thing too. I had a theory going when I was watching Black Widow. I was like, I bet you the reveal was supposed to be he was hired to be he was Taskmaster the whole time, but he was helping out Natasha because they had a camaraderie. That would be interesting. And I think they flipped it at the last minute, like, you know what? Let's try this angle. Maybe it will work better. Not realizing, yeah, but you have to actually write a story
around that
to actually make it's a thin thread story, because I get the idea of, she killed the general's daughter. Okay, fine, but you have to throw some emphasis, Natasha and her were friends, even though when she was a daughter, or something,
or something. Or then why the need hide her gender? Like I saw somebody say they could have just threw in the line when the general said, "Well, I want to thank you, Natasha. I always wanted a son." Something like that, because that would explain the androgynous or the non-gender ambiguity. Yeah. And what gets me also is that I saw the concept from the writer. You see, I think I posted on Twitter the interview where they were they didn't understand the backlash, and they said that, well, we tried to think of a way to put Tony in the movie, but it just didn't fit. And I'm like, you couldn't think of a reason for a mercenary to take a 4-page job to kill a spy? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I think in terms of the Red Room thing, I think that's what they were going for. But I'm like,
if that's the case, then she should have been recluse.
Yeah, yeah, at that point. But I think that was also another thing too. It's like, if you're going to do recluse as Taskmaster, sure, I guess, because not a lot of people know about recluse. I guess
not a lot of people know about Taskmaster, because what's killing me
is
they
that
do. People,
Prime they do, because you remember the Spider-Man game came out, and that character was getting a lot of
shine. And that's what kills me. And that's what kills me, because a lot of people give me pushback when I go, okay, so they did to Taskmaster what X-Men Origins Wolverine did to Deadpool. Y'all complained about Deadpool, but I'm seeing a lot less people complain about Taskmaster. I'm trying to get that to make that make sense to me.
But you know what it is, Prime? Okay, and I'll admit it. I think it's because the bar is so low, where it's like, well, they got aspects of it's kind of like they got the visual, the fighting style, and the menacing of Taskmaster in terms before the reveal, right? They got that aspect of it right? It's just once you got to reveal, it's like you said, a wet fart, womp womp.
Like, why? And then what gets me is how little this movie shows how much it cares for Natasha, because if this character was Taskmaster proper and he was copying her friends' skills, this is your moment to show how badass Black Widow is by showing the ways that she would have taken down her fucking friends that she lived with, that she fought with, that she knows their strengths and their weaknesses. You could have shown her taking apart each of those fighting styles, because she's lived with them. She knows how they operate. You had that moment to give a very actual, real, genuine, empowering moment, and you actively chose not to do it because you want to hashtag girl boss. If you don't get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
That's why I was sitting back and I was like, is there a way for them to revive that? Sure, because I mean, like I said, you got the dude that's helping Natasha out. Maybe he does end up becoming Taskmaster for some.
That's what I'm saying. Reason. They could do that, but again,
they could do that, but
it's that promise later on. People say they could do it. I don't look. Wishes and horses don't do the goddamn dishes.
But that's what was weird to me, because it's and maybe part of it is they figured that they knew that people figured it out. But I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that, because
nothing wrong with that. That just means
it's if we
that means we're not stupid.
It's like if we knew the black dude was Taskmaster, I've been fine with it, because and I mean, especially if if you watch Black Widow, the character was actually pretty dope. I liked him. He was a very likable guy, and it's I can actually see him being Taskmaster, kind of bringing Natasha's, guard down, and then boom, the reveal, he's Taskmaster. I'm like, I can see that.
And then I saw another thing. It was well, we wanted to have it tied more closely to Natasha and that her mission or whatever bullshit, blah 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 bullshit. Look, as much as I like Batman '89, I really hate
Joker being the one that killed his dad.
That's
parents.
What I'm saying.
It was always that threw me off every time. I'm like, why?
like I really hate this world. Like it felt like you made me, I made you. Like I really hate this world that people feel like all the heroes and villains have to be tied so closely together. Like, look, motherfucker, sometimes we are just objects in space
That's what made Joe
colliding and
Chill
passing
killing.
into each other. And like we just and that's what makes that's what sometimes makes the conflict stronger because like these are people who would have never had any interaction with, and now their lives are intertangled. Like that's the drama of it. That's the drama of shit like fuck. I'm trying to like fucking Peter Parker and Dr. Octavius. Like in any other life, like I think that's what the Spider-Man 2 movie did.
Yeah.
It showed like if in any other circumstances, any other situations, Octavius would have been a mentor or a father figure to Peter. But because of crazy gone crazy, these motherfuckers are mortal enemies. That's a tragedy. They would have been complete strangers, or they would have been complete strangers. But like because of how lives happen, now these motherfuckers are mortal enemies. It's how things go.
Bruh, I am happy as shit that they're doing a Batman 89 comic and they're bringing in Billy D to be Two-Face. I'm happy.
I'm here for that.
We've been asking for this for
that's what I'm
years, and I'm like, thank you, finally. Like, I feel that was a right that got that a wrong that finally got right, and now I was like, thank you, we needed that. Billy D being Two-Face in the comic, I will buy that Batman 89 comic immediately.
I still need to finish that Batman 89 meets Wonder Woman 78. I'm sorry, Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 78.
Man, dude, Bob Ross. I mean, I say Bob Ross. Alex Ross. I'm pretty sure you saw that artwork where he had like I know. Was it Batman 66, Superman, The Flash? No. I think it was 89 Batman.
89 Batman,
Wonder Woman,
Christopher Reeve Superman, and John Wesley Flash. Yes.
And Wonder Woman.
Yes,
all
that
together.
showed my wallpaper for a minute.
Bro, that is God damn it, Alex Ross. Why must you make such great?
Have you seen his fucking Ultraman art?
Yes, I have.
If he releases a book,
who hasn't seen Alex Ross do an Ultraman at this point?
If he releases just a book of just his Ultraman art, I would buy that shit.
It'll probably be like $100. I'm like, and I will buy it right now.
I would put that shit on there. Was it their PayPal for paying for?
It's like, is there a payment plan for this? All right, cool.
Dope.
Yo, I gotta be honest with you. We're gonna end this. I am really curious to see how the She-Hulk series is going to go because
I have concerns.
They got Titania in it, and I'm like, so what is this show going to be about? Because I'm like, are we going to actually get Jennifer doing lawyer shit? What's going on? I'm curious. Like, how's this going to work? I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. We also got Portland Professor Hulk in it, so we'll see. Only thing he's missing is a ponytail.
I mean, hey, look, I like Smart Hulk, but yeah, I need to at least get some. I need to at least give me Joe Fixit at the very least. If you're going to get,
I like Professor Hulk in the comics.
You know what? Honestly, I do agree with people. It's like, as much as Hulk redeemed himself in Endgame by being the person to snap everybody back, I get it, noble cause and all that stuff. It's like, can we get him doing something that's like, yo, let him do some Hulk shit and unleash a little bit, just a little bit. Not saying you gotta go Hulk smash and shit, but something, So we'll see how that rolls and stuff. It's just She-Hulk. I'm just like, how are you gonna do? What's the CGI gonna look like for
That's like, is she gonna be CGI or is she gonna be?
I mean,
we'll see.
They got Jamila Jamil playing Titania, and I'm just like, I need to see how that's gonna work.
I mean, we'll see. We will see.
I've seen the Disney Plus budget. I mean, it's a good budget. I'm just like, let's see how this works.
We'll see. We'll see, because probably gonna repurpose a lot of this shit for movies anyway. So we'll see.
Or reuse assets.
I mean, that's what Star Trek did.
Star Trek
again. They think we don't notice, but we do.
They're doing the old shit that they did back in the 90s, except it's just a new coat of paint. That's all it really is.
Do you remember how they kept moving that one corridor that was like the corridor on the Enterprise and the corridor on fucking Voyager, and then the corridor on the fucking Defiant?
It's like, hey guys, cut the shit. We know.
Like, bro, you barely changed the paint on the wall. You barely changed the carpet. We know, bro. Come on,
It's like, come on, dogs. Like we know what's up. Please.
I mean, I respect the economy. I respect the game. Like, look, we got 3 shows filming right now. We got this one standard set. Make it work.
Like,
make it work.
Here's $50. Make that shit work. All right.
Did you see that fucking video where somebody was like, they took scene from season 1 of Next Generation and showed where they moved the set around to try to make a new room?
Oh shit. I think I might have seen that. I think
they had like the arrows and pointing, like, as you can see, like I was like, bro, are you watching this shit on extra 4K? And how much time do you have? What is your day job, sir?
Thank you. It's like, first off, you got too much time on your hands. Second off, you know what? Honestly, that reminds me of like back in the day when people had websites, like the old like OG websites where they did those things of pointing out the inconsistencies and scenes of where they came from and shit.
I'm a nitpicking bastard. I'm a nitpicking bastard, but come on now.
I remember that shit. I was like, man, like I don't have enough time. And this, bear in mind, folks, this is like pre-DVD being a thing. People were like breaking out the VHS
tapes,
like recorded off
news groups,
recorded off UPN, obviously, because you see the UPN in the corner and shit, you know, because that's when Star Trek was on channel 20 UPN and shit. So it's like, yeah, come on, like, man, like, and I know that had to be tough because number one, you gotta take a picture of the screenshot with your camera,
or have a capture card,
you know,
which were rare back in the day.
Very rare. You had to be really rich to get that happening.
Had to work in the finest compact USA.
Now you're showing our age even more, probably.
Man, we old as fuck. Man, we old as a motherfucker.
I know 4 years from now when I hit 40 and stuff, that's when I'm gonna be like, damn, I feel old as shit. I'm still talking about Power Rangers. God damn.
I feel so bad. So one of my friends was like, oh man, you know, he said something. And it's like, yeah, about being 20. And I was like, bro, I ain't seen 20 in years. He's like, he's like, how old are you? I'm like, don't even worry about that.
Don't worry about it, son. Don't worry about it.
I have not seen 20 in years.
Here's the sick part, probably. Whenever I have kids, the sick part is that we'll be telling them about Power Rangers. And that shit will probably still be on air. And I'm like, fuck, this shit's still on air. Well, and the actors are still going to Comic-Con. And they're still
It's one of the reasons why I got a DVD library, because my kids ain't finna watch whatever bullshit gonna be airing in 2025, 2021.
To be honest with you, going by these kids, it's like sometimes you don't have no choice but to watch.
I refuse. They popping at the womb. We're gonna just pop in this Masters of the Universe real quick. Pop in this Power Rangers and this Gundam.
Speaking of which, that drops this Friday. Masters of the Universe. Good things.
So, how do you like your boy being caught in 4K?
Who?
Kevin Smith.
Oh, about not watching He-Man or whatever.
Yeah, and how he got in his feelings about like Teela's not the main character, but like the synopsis comes out, the trailer comes out, and it's like Teela is the main character, bro. What do you? You would have just been better if you just shut the fuck up. How about that?
I mean, I get that you want to nerd out on stuff. Look, that's Kevin Smith being Kevin Smith. That's why I looked at.
But like, don't lie. That's what I think. Like, you don't have to lie. Like, what the fuck?
Like, you know what it is? Kevin Smith, and I love him to death. I feel he does this thing where he wants to appease so many people. Everybody.
Yeah.
So in the process,
he wants to be like, I'm just one of you guys. I'm a nerd.
Which he is.
Yeah, and it's like everything's enthusiasm. I'm like, I agree. That's fine. That's cool. But like at a certain point, it starts to feel disingenuous.
Like, you don't have to lie. The lying is where it gets disingenuous. Like, I don't mind like the fangasming over a lot of stuff. I'm perfectly fine with that.
It's the fucking lying. Then for the receipts to come out and for you to rub the back of your neck and pretend like you're not gonna. Okay,
that didn't happen, guys. Sorry.
Like, don't believe your eyes, baby. Believe me, baby.
Believe me, I'm Kevin Smith. I'm great. It's awesome.
Who you gonna believe? Me then or me now?
I mean, but like I said, I'm not egregious about it, but at the same time, it's like, I get why, that happened.
I don't know. I'm kind of in my feelings a little bit, especially after that producer came out with that fucking condescending ass
we talked about that. That's
I'm like, you fucking asshole. And like what gets me is like he gave the game away for free, where he admitted that most of the times race swaps isn't about representation. It's about them getting themselves back pats. I was just like I said on Twitter, I was just flabbergasted. Like he just gave it away for free like that. Like he just let y'all know the game.
The unlitigated gall.
I'm like the unmitigated, like the audacity of the caucasity, like just for free. And then I also don't like the shade he gave Clamp Champ. I hate that shit.
For no reason. It was like unwarranted,
why you throwing Clamp Champ under the bus? And then he threw Sir Laser-Lot under the bus. And I'm like, motherfucker, if you can't make a black dude wearing a knight armor with a lightsaber cool, that's your fucking problem. That means you suck.
I mean, look, I'm pretty sure ultimately when the dust settles, the show's gonna be good. But it's like the rollout with those two, it's like
them fucking clowns. It's a big fucking oof. And like I guarantee you, the animation is gonna be amazing because it's Madhouse, right?
Oh yeah.
It's gonna look spectacular, like regardless.
Like I told him, it gave me 2002 He-Man vibes and stuff. So
by the way, I rewatched recently The Power of Grayskull. Just after what I saw they did to King Grayskull, and I was like, I gotta clean my palate, especially after that. Again, that condescending ass response he gave. Like I got a palate cleanse real quick.
And here's the sick part: I'm pretty sure what they did with him in the new show is probably good, but it's just the comments is what kind of sours.
Here's also a rust of my jimmies. So I was watching a review of the comic book where they had King Black Skull.
Yeah.
And so this motherfucker Black is Ace of Spades, right? His wife is a white woman. Or whatever is white in Eternia. Forgive me. I don't know what that
white in Eternia because white in Eternia because race is a conundrum in Eternia.
So they have two sons.
Okay.
And for some reason, their sons are Salt and Pepper. One is black as the Ace of Spades, and one is white. I'm like, okay, that's not how genes work, but okay, I'll let you cook.
Genes in He-Man universe. So
I mean, sure. Well, like I said, I'll let you cook. I'm not gonna knock you. So in the comic, spoilers for a comic book that nobody's probably gonna read. Yeah. So in it, they're attacked by a creature from another dimension, and the black son gets injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so King Grayskull tries to fight it, but he can't fight it because the creature isn't in phase with our dimension. So he wants to kill it because, like, it hurt my boy. He wants to kill it. And
you gotta go now.
Yeah, and the wife was like, no, maybe you shouldn't kill it because I can sense something that the creature's not evil, it's being controlled by evil. But King Grayskull's like, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna drink his blood. So which, by the way, that bothers me because, like, again, you think I don't know this shit, but I do, because King Grayskull in the lore, one of the things that made King Grayskull an interesting character was that he was a wise king. And he wasn't a violent person by nature, but when you make him a black person, now he's talking about drinking blood and being a barbarian and not want to talk about reason. That's fine. You think I don't notice that shit, but I do. So he kills whatever happens in the story, he kills the creature, and the creature dies. But when the creature dies, because it's linked to the sun, the black sun dies. So I go, okay, so you turn King Grayskull black. You make him black sun, and then you kill the black sun again. You think I don't notice this bullshit? But y'all are fucking obvious. Like, I see what you fucking doing. I see, like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's never about the character. It's about like the outside sources that kind of sours people. Like fuck the racist folks, because those folks are always going to be there. Like it's never about that. It's like sometimes the comments from the creatives on their decisions that
are so questionable, because like I said this on Twitter, like if I were to say the same things that some of these people say, but if I was wearing a red hat and a flannel shirt, you would think I was the most racist motherfucker. Like the shit they be saying be so out of pocket. Like we don't think a black character can stand by themselves. Excuse me, motherfucker.
And that's why sometimes it's like it's better like just shut up and don't say nothing. And I'm fine with that. I'll take that versus just you saying that and putting your foot in your mouth, and it's like, fuck, man, now you sour me on. Because again, I have no problem with King Black Skull. That's fine.
Like, but it's just like, my only problem is like I'm just generally not a fan of race swapping. But like I'll let you cook. But like you said, like the comments, like the condescending tone, and he was saying this shit to a black fan said, "I'm not cool with it because it's like giving a black character the hand-me-downs, and I don't want hand-me-downs. I want original characters." And he basically came in and just pat him on the hand and go, "Now look here, little Negro."
Just to
I
kill
was
the
like,
black kid though, like take the white kid. What the fuck are we doing here?
or just don't kill children. Let's try. Let's
Yeah,
try that. Let's try that.
let's not pull a fucking what's his face? Was it Dan Slott that was killing off kids in his fucking books?
Was it Dan Slott with the was it the killer who couldn't feel emotions? Was his name with the tattoo on his fucking face?
No, it was the when he did Avengers Academy and it was fucking Lord of the Flies and
Oh,
shit and had Arcade
that
killing
shit.
off all the kids. I was like, bro, why are we killing off all these fucking characters that people like? Like Metal was actually it's like, what are we doing here?
Or when you race swap a character, maybe not lean so heavily into negative racist stereotypes by making him not reasonable and talking about wanting to kill motherfuckers and drink blood and not reach. Again, I understand that a lot of the Filmation show was down to standards and practices.
Oh, yes,
but like
was.
I say this without irony. I say this, I'm being completely sincere. One of the reasons why I am the man that I am today is that I watched He-Man, and because He-Man did not always punch first. Again, that's probably standards and practices. He didn't always swing his sword first. He tried to outthink problems and try to, seek peaceful resolutions to problems. And as a kid, I looked up to that, even though like he's strong as hell. He can just beat anybody, but he never tried to throw. The punch was never the first thing that He-Man would do.
Yeah.
And so like that's one thing that I looked up to. And so this when you get a black character, I'm sorry, a black He-Man, and you make him be this essentially he came across as a fucking warmonger. Like
yeah, it really is.
Like it's a little off-putting. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're doing that fucking meme where black people are like, hey, this isn't a good look. And you guys, and they're essentially going, shut up, the real people are talking. I feel some type of way about that. I do.
Yeah,
I really do.
But we'll see how the show turns out. So
it's gonna look fantastic. It's going to look amazing
at the very least. So, but anyways, folks, that is it, man. This was a pretty good impromptu show and stuff.
Went all over the world.
Oh yeah, definitely and stuff. I actually am going to I've been rereading Invincible.
Can I also jump in and say before we wrap it fully?
Yeah.
Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man run is wrapping up. It's currently in its final arc, the Sinister War, where Spider-Man is all the plot lines with Kindred and all the other plot lines that have been going on in this book is coming to a head. And Spider-Man is fighting 5 teams or 5 variations of the Sinister Six. Why is he just fighting 5? Why is it not 6 variations? I don't know.
Maybe they fuck you and your numbers.
Maybe they just ran out of villains. I know, right? Fuck me. But we'll see how it lands. Hopefully, like Nick Spencer's run has just been okay. Like they haven't been groundbreaking Spider-Man stories. They've just been pretty decent or pretty okay Spider-Man stories. Sometimes it hasn't been sticking the landing. One thing that I have not been liking about the run, however, is that the stories aren't wrapping up in the main book. Like a story will start and it'll be like the Wild Hunt chapter 1, and then like it'll spin off in the spin-offs. It'll be like Wild Hunt chapter 1.1, but it's not in the main Spider-Man book. Yeah. But then the story arc will conclude in a standalone one shot, and then the main book will go into it. I'm like, it's just so sloppy. Like, why can't you just contain everything on one book, man? Like,
I mean, I saw all the villains and stuff. Like, I think it was one team with, was it Taskmaster, Black Ant? I think, was it Jack-o'-lanterns on the team?
Oh, I'm trying to so many teams because I know it's like the Sinister Six, then it's the Savage Six,
yeah, Savage Six.
It's the Superior
Syndicate,
Foes, and then it's the Sinister Syndicate with the all female versions.
Yeah.
Shit is a lot of them.
That's a lot of villains.
A lot of fucking villains, and this is all coming up to the Kindred storyline finally coming to a fucking conclusion after 3,000 years. Hopefully it's gonna stick to landing, because right now they've been really blue balling, teasing us that they're gonna walk back one more day. I hope so.
Yeah, that's still the
long overdue.
That is a specter over the Spider-Man fucking Spider-Man property for the longest time. Is like, one more day. It's like
it has not been like that shit hit like a shockwave that we are still feeling to this day. But anyway, you're wrapping it up. I'm sorry. I just wanted to drop in that
Oh
note
no, no,
about
you're fine. Because I think of it is I read up on Sinister. Wow, I say Sinister Six, Sinister Wars, and I was like, check it out and stuff. Like I said, Nick Spencer. I like Secret Empire. I felt the landing for Secret Empire, if it wasn't so long winded, would have hit better.
yes, I
Eh,
agree, and I also feel like Nick also suffered the same thing that people just don't want to edit.
That was an issue with Hickman, and I love Hickman. It was the same thing with Secret Wars with Hickman. It's like, yeah, if this was like 2 issues less, it would have been fine. Because that's the reason why Secret
Right,
Wars got delayed. Is
right.
because because for some reason somebody at Marvel was like, "Hey, Hickman, you think you could add another issue of Secret Wars?" And I guess he said, "Okay, I mean, you're paying me, fine,
Somebody, I
fuck it."
know somebody saw dollar bill signs in their eyes. They're like, "Oh, this event's doing gangbusters."
I'm like,
Gotta
okay.
milk that existing audience because that's what we
So,
do, Marvel.
so I think if Nick Spencer had like 6 issues with like Secret Empire, it would work better than 8 issues of it. So hopefully it works out for Sinister Wars and it's not extended longer than what it needs to be. That's
Right,
my
right.
only issue. It's like, yo, if it's just short and to the point, cool. If it's like a long, yeah, that ending is gonna it'll probably stick the landing, but it's gonna be like an emergency crash landing. Like
And I feel like that's how his run is wrapping up because like a lot of shit's coming home to roost. Like I think I don't have any evidence to support this, but I feel like he's getting kicked off the book because like it seems like everything's wrapping up real quick now. Because like this is his last arc, and I'm like, what the fuck? I thought he had a couple of more years left.
well, I mean, it's like they put him on the book after Secret Empire, like, man, Secret Empire was great. Do it for Spider-Man. And it's like, all right. And then I guess they're like, yeah, we gotta do something different for Spider-Man because new movie and all that. You know what? I think it's because of new movie.
I can't, CJ. I'm old. I can't keep doing this resets to ones, man. I'm an old man,
Think about
CJ.
it.
I
Think
can't.
about it. You're walking back one more day, which means that you're trying to reboot Spider-Man again. And then you got the new movie out, which is allegedly multiverse stuff. We'll see. It could be a troll job, and it's not multiverse because that's how Marvel rolls. And I kind of sort of because I like chaos. I actually don't want it to be a multiverse thing. I hope it isn't, and we just get like Tobey Maguire and them. It's a scene where it's a movie within a movie kind of shit. I will laugh my ass off if that's it.
I
I
was
will
saying,
fucking laugh my ass off.
I actually don't want them to be anywhere in the movie because I want to see all the YouTube channels like scramble after the fact, like the Mephisto debacle
Prime, they're
and the
gonna speak. Prime, they're
Ralph
gonna.
Boner.
I feel the movie proper is still gonna have them scrambling because I still don't believe none of the news out until we get a trailer.
I know, right? And you see that fucking Hot Toys with the Doctor Strange Spider Man. Like I want to.
I don't believe that's going to be in the movie. I'm sorry. Well, no, actually, that Hot Strange Doctor Strange toy, that was just a concept art.
Oh well, okay. Cause like I saw that shit and I kind of vomited. I'm just like Spider Man just can't be Spider Man, huh?
Oh
Okay,
no, no,
cool.
no. What it was? Okay, so basically, the Doctor Strange Iron Man thing, that was concept art from a scene that was in the first draft of Infinity War. What it was
No,
is
I'm talking about the Spider Man Doctor
oh
Strange, the
oh
Spider
oh.
Man armor,
I
Spider
don't
Man
think
with Doctor Strange armor. It was a
I
hot
want
toy.
I want to be real. I don't think that's going to be in the movie. I think
I
that's
hope
just.
not.
I just think it's just toys. Kind of like you remember back in the day when we got Batman the animated series and they had Batman and all them armored toys and shit that never showed up in the show whatsoever. I feel
I
that's what it is.
fucking hope so. Only reason I'm concerned is because it's a hot toy, and hot toys only do shit that's on screen.
But they just, like I
Uh,
said, they just did a hot toy off of a strange, like concept art thing from a script. So,
all right, we'll see. We'll see. I hope not though. Oh, that would suck shit. Oh, that would suck so much ass if it were.
like, why are we doing this? Like, no, like this. That's why I partially feel a lot of this shit with Marvel that we assume is the smoke screens. So that's why I never really, because when I saw that strange Iron Man thing, and I was like, when the fuck did that happen in the movie? And I really had to think long and hard, like, did that happen in the movie?
That's
And
how
then
long
somebody
that
was
damn
like,
movie was.
bro, no, and it was from Infinity War, so I had to really think back, and I was like, did that? And then somebody was like, no, 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 that was from the first draft of Infinity War where Iron Man was supposed to throw his armor on Doctor Strange, and then he does that, and I was like, oh, okay, well, kind of glad it didn't do that, even though visually it might have been interesting. Sure, but anyways, but yeah, that's it for comic book corner. This was awesome and great. We will be back. Actually, I'm going to post up the more from the interview with Karen Ashley from BlurCon this year up on the channel and stuff. That was a fun interview to do again. She's always great.
So did you risk it all, my man? Did you?
I didn't risk it all. I didn't.
You didn't slide in the DMs, bro. You didn't. No
I
hotel
didn't
room key.
no hotel
Crazy
room
ass
key.
stuff.
Did not happen. Did not happen.
You a better man than me. I would
got a hug, and I was like, okay, I'll take the hug.
Nah, bro. I would have YOLO.
Shoot shot like, hey Karen, what you doing?
So Miss Ashley, I would have went for it, bro. I would have went for it.
I mean, I know you involved already in your life, but if I do say so, what are you doing tonight?
I mean, I know it is what it is. I mean, I'm trying to see what that saber-toothed tiger talking about.
I'm in a relationship, but you know,
I'm just saying,
relationship doesn't have an area code, so you know, just saying.
You don't bring sand to the beach.
No, I ain't gonna do that because I'm gonna see her in Atlanta. I don't want to do that. You know, professional, consummate professional, Prime. That's why I am.
Like I say, you are a better person than I am because I'm a shitlord.
Also, I don't want to be like them weirdo dudes that are like wrestling fans and they see the fucking women wrestlers and they be getting weird and shit. And I'm like, all right, I do not want to be that guy. Like, fuck no. Nope.
Again, sir, I am a shitlord.
Most you get out of me is me gushing internally in my head, and that is it.
Nah, dog. I'd have shot that shot. I would have risked it all.
I mean, the only person I would ever shoot my shot, I ain't gonna lie, old girl that played god damn it, Spectrum and shit. I will go for it if I ever interviewed her.
I'm gonna say I already told my wife if I ever in a situation where I'm in a con and the chick that played Katie and Time Force is there, I'm gonna have to play my pass card. I'm gonna have to play the pass card. Put my Uno card on the table.
I mean, I don't blame you. I really don't.
Like, especially because she aging like fine wine, bruh.
Black don't crack. I'm just saying. Look, I was up close and personal with Karen Ashley. Black don't crack. I'm
gonna say, I study both of their Instagram accounts quite closely.
Well, yeah, we have very deviated off talking just to end the show, but yeah, this is great. We actually had a lot of people in, so we still got 4 people that are watching us. They're like, man, these guys have deviated. But that's what we do here on the show. We deviate.
Ain't got the segues, baby.
But anyways, folks, we will catch you guys next time around. Peace out.
The Wiedersehen, dudes.